AJ, what the hell happened last week?
Shh! Zip it, Russo. Remember?
You don't gotta do that, kid. No one's around. It's just us.
Shh! Well, apparently I do. Because if you remember, we had a deal that we were supposed to keep quiet about. Hugging me, hot dogging me in the ring isn't exactly hush-hush.
Come on. We were both in the same place. Our enemies were suffering. It seemed like the perfect time to reveal our plan.
And yeah, the plan is to zip it and keep quiet. And you keep my belly full.
What? AJ, that was not the plan.
Well, that's what I've been doing this whole time. And you keep sending me food, so what am I missing?
No, the deal is you join SEX and I give you pizza. But people have to know you're part of the group for you to get the pizza.
Pizza? Nah, I'm all pizzaed out. I'm into hot dogs now. It's been a long time since I had one of those. I'm kind of missing them. They make me remember a simpler time.
A simpler time? When? 3 weeks ago? What the hell are you talking about? You're scaring me, AJ. We were supposed to be conquering not only TNA, but the entire wrestling industry. And you're out here in the parking lot screaming about hot pizzas and hot dogs and God knows what else. I feel like you're really mixed up here and you forgot what this is all about.
Huh, I'm mixed up. You're the one trying to ruin this deal, mixing up pizza, hot dogs. You know, Russo, I'm starting to think that... Oh my God. That's it.
What's it?
Mixing up pizza and hot dogs. Pizza dogs.
AJ, what the hell are you talking about?
The sauce, the cheese, the hot dog all together in harmony?
I think that's just a chili cheese dog without the beans.
No, that makes no sense. You take the bun and you put the pizza, the sauce. No, it's better if you don't understand. That way, it'll be my invention, and I'll be my own man. I gotta go. And I swear to God, Russo, you better not remember one thing about this conversation we had. Zip it! zip it, zap, zoop. Pizza dog, how about that?
Why would you make this?
Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for listening. This is Why Would You Make This Season 3, The Asylum Years, the only podcast to neglect its responsibilities to a criminal level, which makes you ask the question, why would you make this? I am Jimmy Time. I'm joined by my co-host, Brother Skyler. How are you?
I'm still recovering from the anger I felt during this episode, but you know, I'm doing fine.
Was it specifically the end of the episode?
No, it was the middle.
Oh, the middle part.
Yes.
Okay.
It's very we'll go.
Okay. We are also joined by J Delta Wagwan.
Wagwan. I felt anger at the beginning and some in the middle, and then at the end, and then I thought about the beginning and middle again, and then maybe even angrier.
Okay, good, great, excellent. This episode, we are taking you through the National Wrestling Alliance Total Nonstop Action Weekly Pay-Per-View Show, episode number 27, broadcasted on January 15th, 2003, live from Nashville, Tennessee at the Fairgrounds Coliseum, now known as the Indiana Farmer Coliseum, allegedly drawing 1,100 people in live attendance.
No.
You know, I'm re-remembering what happened in this episode, and I wanted to come out and just be like, I want this to be the last one because I'm furious of what I'm watching right now. I was so angry. Everything was like funny, angry, and then I was furious at what I was seeing.
Okay.
But we'll see, because the ending, I'm not going to say anything can make up for what I saw, but there was some better stuff after.
We're on the verge of a whole new TNA, maybe.
Oh my God, Go on, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just said that this was episode 27. This is actually episode 28. I made a mistake there. I want to clarify that. So, as per usual, episode 27 left us confused about the motives of the company and the direction of the characters. So let's try to explain why we are the way we are with our crazy past.
Wait a minute. What happened that got you so crazy?
First, the women's division. There is a new woman in TNA, and her name is Desire. This is her turf, and she will attack any woman who stands on it.
Well, I have in my notes that her name is Miss Sex. Am I wrong in thinking that?
That's just what Don West calls her.
Oh, in my head every time I refer to her as Miss Sex.
I thought that's what they introduced.
Right?
as.
See, I thought that was her name.
Well, I think she's supposed to be like the woman, like Lady SEX. So she's Miss SEX, Miss
First
Sex.
impressions matter.
All right, well, she's
Too
Miss
late.
Sex. Fine. Also, in the women's division, Athena is here. She doesn't like Russo. She doesn't like Desire. She also might be associated with the Road Warriors, but probably not. Next is the tag division. The Roadies, a.k.a. the Road Warriors. Hawk and Animal are here, and they do not like Vince Russo. They've been here for like, what, 2 weeks? Something like that? 3 weeks, maybe? Yeah.
A collective of 3.5 minutes, maybe?
Yeah.
Next, after a 5-week reign, Father James Mitchell's The Disciples of the New Church, Slash, and Brian Lee have lost their tag titles to Wildcat Chris Harris and Cowboy James Storm, America's Most Wanted, who are your new NWA World Tag Team Champions. That happened on the 26th show. The Harris brothers, Don and Ron Harris, have joined Vince Russo due to not being appreciated by the NWA. No development on that since the 24th show. Believe it or not, this is still relevant considering what happened.
Stop!
The Flying Elvises have still fallen apart, with Sonny Siaki joining SCX, Jimmy Yang leaving to tour with All Japan Pro Wrestling, and personal valet Priscilla leaving with Brian Lawler, who quit the company. However, 11 weeks later, Jorge Estrada is still wearing the Elvis suit and will not say that the Flying Elvises are dead. Finally, I guess technically in the tag division, Percy Pringle is here and he has taken an interest in the tag division. Or maybe he hasn't! Or maybe he has! I don't know! You don't know! Nobody knows! I'm a little mystery boy like that! Next is the X division. After interference from every man's desire again, 3 weeks later, Sonny Siaki is still your NWA TNA X division champion.
So wait. So now it's every man's desire and not just desire.
No, it's Miss Sex.
Yeah,
That's her name.
It's Miss Sex, every man's desire.
But you just called it desire earlier.
Oh, well, what do you want from this? Like, you think you're gonna get a journalistic integrity award, or like what? What is this about?
Tell the truth.
I genuinely don't think you could handle the truth in this situation. Like, sincerely, it might hurt everyone involved. So, we also have the World Division, wherein AJ Styles may or may not be with Vince Russo. But either way, AJ believes he should be the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and everyone else should zip it. Next, while it's not very clear what the B or the G stand for, BG James has come to TNA to turn his back on his family and his friends. Next, Vince Russo has come to save wrestling by starting the group SEX, Sports Entertainment Extreme. He is recruiting wrestlers, and so far he has the Harris brothers, BG James, Elix Skipper, Christopher Daniels, Low Key, Sonny Siaki, David Flair, and now Mike Sanders.
Above average.
Yes,
Sanders.
above average Mike Sanders. And I guess also technically Desire. I didn't write her in there, but she's
Miss Sex.
Miss Sex,
Every
every
man's
man's desire.
desire.
Yes. God, I'm so glad we found a new thing and we could drop the puppet thing. We're not going to do that, are we? Next, TNA is sick of Vince Russo making them look bad, so TNA is forming a group to fight back against Vince Russo, which so far includes Mike Tenay, Ron the Truth Killings, Jerry Lynn, the AMW, and Dusty Rhodes. And of course, finally, Jeff Jarrett will not be screwed over again like he already has been. Bye! Jackie Fargo, NWA President Jim Miller, Brian Lawler twice, Kurt Hennig twice, country music singer Toby Keith twice. I don't know why I always stumble on that one. NWA Authority figure Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Scott Hall twice. BG James 3 times. NWA Vice President Bill Burns 3 times. Vince Russo 3 times. NWA Authority figure Bullet Bob Armstrong 4 times. James Mitchell and the New Church and the Tennessee Titans.
I need your hand.
Yeah.
I wasn't counting along that time, but I estimate somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 Shmur's is
Yeah,
a
Russell Alea.
screw-ins.
Maybe 32, somewhere around there, yeah. And then also allegedly he may have attempted to kill Jackie Fargo, Jim Miller, Todd Stone, Bullet Bob Armstrong, B.G. James, Kurt Hennig, Bill Behrens twice, Scott Hall twice, and the entire NWA TNA security team several times. No murders in quite some time.
And yet,
Oh, but
you fail to mention how he heroically stopped a midget from beating off in a trash can. Got it.
that's true. That's true. If he hadn't done that, some say he'd still be masturbating in front of up to 1,100 people each week. Good Lord.
That's what happened. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Now I remember it.
Thank God Joe Jara was there. Whew.
That's a story I could get behind, yeah. I'll write about that one. All right, so last week, we were promised that this week, we were going to see Sonny Siaki versus Amazing Red for the X title.
Can't wait.
The AMW versus very possibly Divine Storm for the tag titles. They never confirmed it. And then I asked the question, were we going to see Jason Cross get his X title rematch that Bob Armstrong implied was going to happen? But then Jason Cross got beat up and tossed out of the ring.
I forgot about that.
Tenay is going to have a sit-down interview with Vince Russo. What is inside David Flair's burlap sack?
No, we found that out. It was the axe handle.
No, that was unrelated.
That was a separate thing.
Oh, no.
He has an axe handle and a bag.
Yeah.
He comes with 2 accessories.
Yes. Yes. Those are 2 unrelated items. So, Dusty Rhodes is also here, but what's he going to do? I don't know. Will the Road Warriors finally have a match in TNA? We'll see. And then allegedly advertised is going to be Jeff Jarrett and the Road Warriors versus Triple X. Will that match happen?
Oh, I saw it and I doubt it.
Delta, you predicted that we would see none of what was advertised.
Nothing.
We weren't going to see Percy Pringle. Nothing of David Flair's significance would happen. And also Norman Smiley would show up for some reason.
Yeah! Keeping the dream alive.
I don't think anything happened there. Well, except for the no David Flair significance, because everything he does has no significance,
Right.
unfortunately. Brother Skyler, you said that Percy Pringle was going to try to be the AMW's manager.
I don't think I said that.
Yeah, you did. You said that he was going to try to be, but it was going to fail, to fall through. So 50% correct on that. Something certainly did fall through. You also said that Dusty was going to bump 5 people. There was only 4 people in the match, though.
Oh, no one else got in there.
And one of them didn't even bump for him.
Oh,
so, yeah.
damn it.
I know.
So close.
It was, yeah. And then you said that Tenay was going to get beat up by Russo and SCX. Didn't happen. I said that I wanted to see some clear direction for Athena, whatever form it was. Didn't get that. And then I also said I wanted to see BG turn his back on Russo and go with his family, who reject him and kick him out of the company.
No, you got more confusion in that.
Yeah, the wheels are turning, but I don't know what direction we're going. I don't know.
The
Yeah.
wheels are turning in opposite directions.
Oh, God.
And Scott Armstrong are just holding them in place.
Oh, yeah, that seems right.
It's not on the back burner, but I also don't think it's on a burner. I just think it's in the middle of the stove, not on any burner. So you still can see it, but nothing's really happening with it.
We're burning gas on all 4 burners, and nothing's cooking. All right, something I just wanted to make clear in case anybody forgot or wasn't aware. When I talk about the Wrestling Observer newsletter, this is some old school shit, brother. They release an edition on the 6th. The next show happens on the 8th. If Dave Meltzer doesn't watch it himself, somebody tapes it, mails it to him, he watches it, reviews it, writes that up, edits it, prints it, and then finally releases the review for the 8th show on the 20th. So, old school shit here. So, I'm pulling information from, like, basically the whole month, and I keep missing stuff, and we're going back and forth here. But, so the 20th edition of Wrestling Observer Newsletter has the review for the 8th pay-per-view, where, according to their fans and viewers, 8 people said it was good, 10 people said it was bad, and 21 people said it was mid of the 39 viewers.
could agree with that.
And again, of the 39 viewers, you had the tag title match, AMW versus Slash and Brian Lee said was the best match. Yo,
Oh, that show.
everyone, 39 people, the whole thing said Henning Flair was the worst match from last week. Yeah,
Damn.
awful. Dave Meltzer's takeaway was that none of the matches were good, to be honest with you, and the X guys didn't do any of their spectacular X moves against Jarrett. He was also told that the dark matches with CM Punk versus Colt Cabana and AJ Styles versus Adam Jacobs were better than anything on the show.
Oh, man.
And then he reminds us that the shows are co-written by Russo and Jerry Jarrett, which, according to Jerry Jarrett's book, is actually a committee of those two, Jeff Jarrett, Dixie Carter, and I think two other people occasionally, like a Bob Ryder comes in sometimes, and
So Dixie Carter's already involved at this
oh,
point.
yeah. They
Oh,
remember
okay.
back when they had the Hell South problems.
Oh.
They immediately went to Panda Energy and
that's where she...
whatever his name was, Bob Carter, I think, and Dixie Carter. Yeah, so she's
Got it.
already in it. If you may remember, I've already said that Jerry Jarrett in his book was like, I think Russo's like trying to like backdoor Glad Hand Dixie Carter and kick me out and stuff like that. So that's why Russo's on screen, because he's trying to play 4D chess with him. Yeah, I know. Every time I wanted to do this show 2 weeks ago, but I kept finding more information on it. I was just like, oh my God, dude, this is so hard. All right, so here's your dark matches. We have David Young, who beat Iceberg, a.k.a. Iceberg Slim, a.k.a. Slim, a.k.a. Edward Christian, a.k.a. in 2003, the current 2003 NWA Wildside Heavyweight Champion. So, sort of famous, sort of not famous. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, Iceberg lost to David Young via DQ.
Not Slim J.
No.
Okay.
Slim Iceberg. Or Iceberg Slim. Whatever. We also have Wagner Brown, a.k.a. Slick Wagner Brown, a.k.a. April Hunter's boyfriend, a.k.a. her tag partner in Team Underground. He beat John Walters, a.k.a. RJ Brewer.
I don't remember that ex-boyfriend.
What?
Of April Hunters.
You don't remember Wagner Brown?
No.
He was on screen with her when she appeared in the audience that one episode. Next to yeah.
Good for him. He made it.
He made it, yeah. Also, one more dark match, Jorge Estrada versus Chris Michaels. I believe that is Chris Michaels' last match with the company, like, forever.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. We already saw his last match on TV, I think, so.
Last time.
All right, so we cannot start the show because we get a cold open.
Ooh. Great.
Where we get a video recap of the Russo-Jeff Jarrett angle. It's a minute long. Thoughts? None, right?
Are you kidding me?
You have some thoughts on this one?
Are you kidding
Go ahead.
me?
What do you just on the video? Just the video.
I was so ready for. Wait, what was the video? What were we talking about? The promo, or we're talking about the hype video?
The hype video package.
Where they just talked about the year.
I
leading up to
never
it?
was with you.
Oh no. Okay. Zip it. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
Whatever.
move on. No. Then we transition logo transition into the TNA sit-down interview with Russo.
Yeah. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
all right. Now we're here. Dude, this is so long, and I try to summarize it, but here we go. TNA asks, what's your job as a wrestling writer? Just lay it out for us.
Right.
Russo says his job as a writer is to make sure that there are as many eyes on the product as possible, by any means necessary, ends justify the means. Writers are tremendously important to wrestling. It doesn't happen without them. You'll eventually understand that, TNA. Russo goes on to say that it's stupid to think that Vince Russo, the writer, could ever have had the power to run a multi-decade company out of business in the 9 months that he was a writer. And if he did, they deserved it.
What? What?
TNA says WCW was a salvageable company because they had talents like Goldberg, Nash,
Wow.
and the rest.
And the rest.
All of them. You know.
Couldn't name more than two. That was the whole time I was like,
Dude.
well, Russo looks like a jerk. And then that happened. I was like, yo, TNA, you didn't really help anything,
I
right?
know.
Everybody looks bad right now. So then TNA asks, why did Russo turn the Lucha Libre style of the Cruiserweight division into the weird love triangle between a woman wrestler and a commentator? Russo says the famous line, you want Lucha Libre, you go to Japan.
Almost.
Yep.
He says that there's about a thimble's worth of people who want a 40-minute gymnastics display. TNA might like it, but he's a nobody. TNA asks, why did you give Arquette the WCW title? Russo says, you mean the prop?
Oh, boy.
It got us on the cover of USA Today. It's business. Okay, well then why did the ratings change in favor of Raw then? Russo says, I don't see any numbers. You're probably making them up. The only thing I see is the one time WCW was reported on by the newspaper USA Today in its history. I don't know if he meant WCW or USA Today. He's wrong on both accounts. Whoops. Russo says no one watched TNA until he showed up. TNA brings up when he ruined the world title match, but it was between Truth and Jarrett. He says no one cares. There was like 100 people there. Now the building's packed and everyone's chanting Russo and SEX. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for wrestling. Weirdest part of the whole segment for me. I'm doing this for my boys so they can have a future in this business. And if you and TNA and the WWE keep doing what you're doing, the whole business is going to collapse within a year. Interview over. I'm out. Segment length, 6 minutes and 25 seconds. I mean, how could you not have a million thoughts on this? Go ahead. Who wants to start?
How is this total nonstop action?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
What he said he's gonna do whatever it takes to get eyes on the product.
Yep.
He's gonna do the extreme. Gonna sit down and talk to Mike Tenay in the first 5 minutes. What?
About ratings for a company that ain't around no more.
Yo. If I bought that pay-per-view, I would have turned it off.
Yeah.
I was like,
dude.
this is boring as hell. Are you kidding
What
me?
are we doing?
Yeah.
Why are you like arguing with our fucking commentating?
I mean, back in the day, it was an exciting thing because this would have been the first time that Russo had to answer for his crimes.
Yeah, I guess, right.
But, I mean, at the end of the day, everybody looked bad.
Yeah.
Russo looked unhinged, like not even like ironically like the way people use it, like literally unhinged when he tried to contradictorily defend himself, where he was like, wrestling doesn't happen without writers, but they don't have powers to like do anything dramatic or anything like that. But if they did, then you deserve whatever you get for giving us that power. Just
kept
crazy
saying
stuff.
like that.
Always, back and
with
forth.
There's no way I could have drove it into the ground in 9 months, and if I did, it deserved it. Then it's like, wait, so did you or did you?
Yeah.
Did you not? What are you trying to say?
This is not where Lucha Libre is. Lucha Libre is in Mexico or Japan or Great Britain or Australia. I don't know, and not here because I said so. Even though it's been here for the last decade already.
Right.
And it's quite literally one of the things that made
WCW.
Yeah.
I get how he's a loudmouth and annoying, but I don't like how he never shows his ass, and he's always like trying to put himself over in the process of being annoying.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not working though, because you say things that are like half legitimate, and it's like, oh, so that I should be impressed then? But it's like, why are you? That's why getting yourself over as a heel doesn't really work that way.
Yeah. All right, so here's some information from Dave Meltzer in the January 27th Wrestling Observer newsletter. This segment was supposedly unscripted, but Tenay, I guess, thought about it and wrote down some questions, because, why wouldn't you?
He also had a piece of paper in his hand.
Yeah. So it was kind of just Russo self-destructing on screen.
Even if it wasn't unscripted, like, isn't that the job of an interviewer?
Right.
To have questions?
Yeah, the whole thing just seems silly in general.
Right.
Again, keep in mind, Russo has been helping write this show since the 4th pay-per-view. So him saying no one was watching those shows means no one was watching his product.
Whoops.
So again, unhinged, doesn't make any sense. Meltzer also says that it wasn't the cover of the USA Today, it was the cover of the entertainment section of the USA Today, and the USA Today had covered WCW numerous times in their history,
Yeah, sure.
typically involving other celebrities like Dennis Rodman and Jay Leno and stuff like that. Yeah. He also clarifies that there were, because, why not just make it clear, over 1,000 people watching that Killings Jarrett match, and not near 100 like he said. It was actually the largest draw in their company's history.
Whoops.
well, recent history anyway. And then Dave alleges, because this is quite a fucking claim here, dude. He alleges that last week, over 50% of the attendance of the audience attendance were given free tickets. And this week, it's over 75% are free tickets. So if that's true, Russo is not only not doing the numbers he thought he was, he's actively, de-drawing, detracting from the company. Also, the numbers that Tenay said during the interview, 7.4 for Raw versus the 2.4 for Nitro, totally accurate. Absolutely what happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe Tenay asked the right questions to make Russo look bad, but it didn't. I don't think it made TNA look good or Tenay or anyone. Yeah,
like that.
It didn't make anyone look good.
I don't understand. How do we get in the position where we're opening with an unscripted interview?
The whole thing was really poorly thought out. Like, this should have been a heavily scripted moment, considering who Russo is, what this moment was, where your storylines go, like all that stuff. It's a very confusing situation. Although I cannot tell you how many times I have walked into a wrestling show and said, "Hey, owner of the company, what do you want the wrestlers to do tonight?" And he goes, they know. So just, go have them do it. And then you go ask the wrestlers, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" And they go, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't talk to the owner yet." And you go, "Oh boy, you're going to have some fun. You're going to have a whole bunch of fun in 5 minutes, kid. You're going to have a lot of fun." Yeah, so whoever's still listening, I'm glad, because let's start the show! So Tenay welcomes us to TNA and runs down the card as we scan crowd signs. Not a whole bunch that are great, so I just mentioned a few that I see. Daniels is my savior. TNA needs Athena. 2K3 Year of Athena. Triple X SCXTION.
Section?
Yeah, section. Welcome back, Red. That guy's gonna be sad.
Nope.
AJ doesn't need SEX. He needs TNA Gold.
Ooh.
And then there's a sign with the SEX logo dressed up like the NWO logo, and under it it says, "Look familiar?"
Whoops.
Which is being held by a guy who has an NWO t-shirt on. So he probably knows what he's talking about. I mean, he's a fan. He knows what he likes. He sees it twice. Go ahead.
I didn't notice any signs, but I did notice as they were just panning across the crowd, there was one whole big shot where they just went across like 5-6 people. They all had their arms crossed, looked bored, and they didn't care about anything. And it's just like in a row, and I was like, "Oh boy, that was a bad choice."
Shouldn't have started off with a sit-down interview, yeah. And then throughout the night, I see a few other signs, which are, "We want Colt Cabana," actually says, "We want Cabana and Punk." Another one, you're going to love that one, Brother Sky, which says, "The action is officially stopped."
Yes, exactly.
And then the only other sign I saw, which made me want to talk to you for a second, which it said "low key," and it was a rising sun behind the word low key, or the name low key, which once again makes me want to let you know that low key has never announced in any way that he has Japanese ancestry. There is no reason for you to presume that, other than the symbols on his pants and the way he wrestles. And the way he chooses to stereotypically talk. But other than that, there's no reason for you to think that. All right, so tonight, it's NWA versus Russo's SEX. We're also going to have Triple X versus Jarrett and the Road Warriors. And we're going to hear from Dusty Rhodes. They go to announce something about the Amazing Red, but Russo's sex music hits.
Oh, good. More Russo. Okay.
And they come out wearing their own merch. Oh, I couldn't believe that. That's what killed me. They have their own merch already. I don't think I've seen a TNA shirt advertised on the show. I've seen it in the crowd by 1 or 2 fans, but not on the and these guys
the security has a TNA shirt. So I can't buy them.
You got to work for us first.
Yeah.
Also, it's a deposit shirt. You pay it back. Your last paycheck is. Okay, so segment 2, Russo and SEX come to the ring, and Russo has a literal soapbox labeled as such.
And I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but what I saw was an entrance of Russo and Miss Sex and maybe a couple other guys in black shirts. because it was just shots of those two people, and they didn't show anyone else during the entrance.
Yeah,
I had no idea who was with
it
them.
was just like they got a shot of Desire, and then she walked out of frame, and other guys walked into frame, but that was not the intention. They just didn't
Nope.
cut early enough.
But then they go back
Yeah.
to Russo and then back to Desire.
yeah.
And I was like, wow, all right.
Yeah. So in the ring, Russo rests his foot on the soapbox. Doesn't stand on the soapbox like you normally do. Russo says that this is a Russo and Jarrett situation, but for some reason, everyone keeps getting involved. Russo makes a plea for anyone. Now's the time to join us. Right now. Percy Pringle comes out and says, the fat man is ready to talk.
He's saying it, so I can say it, right?
I guess so, yeah.
He's so fucking fat,
Oh,
God.
Dude.
When he got
Yeah.
into the ring.
Yeah. I didn't think he was making it. I didn't think he was gonna make it.
I think he had to pick up his gut to get it. I don't know. It was,
Depressing?
I don't know.
So Percy says he used to get hounded by Russo for interviews as the part of the crowd chants, "Who the hell is this? Who the
Wow,
hell
really?
is this? Who the hell is this?" But Percy's been thinking, and wrestling might as well be dead, and sports entertainment's where it's at. Russo says, "So you want to join the family?" And Percy looks around in disgust, and he says, "Well, I just want to shake your hand."
Yeah, what was that about? I don't understand that.
Russo says,
He didn't wash his hand after he used the
I
bathroom.
know.
in the
I
back.
was like, he's gonna like
Yeah.
the shaking buzzer thingy. He's gonna electrocute him, or
"Would you like a chocolate pretzel?"
yeah,
Right.
Just shake my hand first.
Russo says, yeah, he remembers about the stories of Percy cutting promos on him behind his back and kicking his ass on the way out of the door. Russo calls Percy a fat piece of shit.
Wow.
Percy spits on Russo. So SCX beats Percy down. BG takes the soapbox and breaks it over Percy's head, who is now bleeding everywhere.
Dude, immediately. gushing.
Everywhere.
And then I got it.
Yeah.
It's still. Oh wait, no, it's Jorge Estrada.
It's Jorge Estrada, yeah. Jorge Estrada! It's Elvis! He comes out to help, but yo, it's 7-on-1.
No. For a hot minute, I was like, "This is his push. He's
Yeah.
clearing the ring right
Dude,
now,
he did.
single-handedly."
He came out like Sting.
He took down like
And-
3 guys in a
Yeah.
row, and I was like, "Oh my God."
That's true. He did tag like 3 guys, and then he got taken out from the knee, but
Brother, for a hot second, I was reliving Sting fighting the
know.
NWO, and I was feeling it.
I was like, "This is it." His moment.
yeah. Who's that coming down from the rafters? It's Jorge Estrada! The flying Elvis!
Oh.
Yeah, so Loki gives him the front drop kick and he's down.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. I don't think I wrote this down here, but especially because when I watched it, I was like, yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. But according to Pro Wrestling Torch, who had a reporter on the scene, they said that drop kick sounded like a shotgun went off.
Oh.
I didn't hear it but whatever. Okay. Double top rope Uranagi power bomb by Triple X puts Jorge through a table. Outside the ring, Percy clenches his fist and holds his breath to make blood literally squirt out of his head.
Yeah.
Jarrett with a chair and TNA's future security team Rick Santel and Chris Vaughn run to the ring. The 9 members of SCX immediately run away. Your Russo promo was 5 minutes and 54 seconds. Your beatdown length was 1 minute and 46 seconds. So your full segment was 8 minutes and 37 seconds. Yo, you got thoughts on this one?
Too much Russo.
I still don't know what we're doing here, dude.
And where's all the faces? Estrada comes to the save of Percy
I
Pringles.
know.
No one else respects Percy
Well, I mean,
Pringle.
Estrada hasn't been here for weeks. I just like the idea of, like, he hasn't been here for weeks. He shows up. He has no idea what this is. And all of a sudden, there's all these strangers in the ring. I gotta do something about it.
That's it. He saw one guy in that ring who was like, if they're with him, oh, it's on. Yeah, but like you just said, you don't know where they're going with this. And I agree because, like, realistically, either Percy tried to join Russo, so fuck him.
Yeah.
Or B, he wasn't trying to join Russo, and I don't know what the fuck he was doing out there, yo. Like, I have no clue what that idea was.
Are you saying you're gonna join us? I just want you to shake my hand.
So you're part of our family. Just touch my strong hand.
Yeah.
Just touch it. Come on. Yeah, so according to Wrestling Observer newsletter, apparently, after nobody understood what was going on, Percy Pringle himself went on to, I guess, his website and then also the TNA website in storyline form and claimed he was never going to join Russo. He was trying to infiltrate them.
Mm-hmm.
Russo figured it out and beat him down, but yeah, you gotta read the website to know that, so
Yeah.
that doesn't really help. Also, Brother Skylar, not that Dave is any sort of a moral, like, authority on this, but according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, quote, words cannot do justice to the term huge when describing how Pringle looked on TV.
Dude.
He made Abdullah the Butcher appear svelte.
Whoa.
Man. I agree.
Dude,
Yeah, man.
yeah. And then the last thing I have to say is that allegedly, according to me, they must have moved the ring mat mic because you can now hear a different section of the crowd. Nothing's changed, though, because you just barely heard some fan member call Percy the F-slur. So
Oh.
it's still
missed that
happening. Wasn't like it was just that one section. It's
Yeah.
everybody. They're over there. They're in the back. They're in the front.
They're
It's
all
all-
hateful
Yeah,
monsters.
yeah.
As long as they keep going to the same arena.
All right, so welcome segment take 2. Tanae tells us the Amazing Red is still in Japan. Red's replacement, Jorge Estrada, who's being helped out of the ring. So he's probably not going to be in that match. Bob Armstrong's probably going to tell us more about that match later. AMW versus Divine Storm with Trinity, Jarrett and Road Warriors versus Triple X in a 6-man. And then Dusty is going to have something to say whenever he shows up. It's going to happen. Whew, all right, here we go. Segment 3. Our first matchup. America's Most Wanted versus Divine Storm with Trinity for the NWA World Tag Titles.
I forgot. So did Divine Storm win a match to earn this shot? Or
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I forget exactly what match, but I think they beat them last week
Or 2 weeks ago or
or
something?
something, right? Yeah.
yeah, they got a pin over them, but I don't remember the like.
I think it's just a general, like, you beat the champions, you get
Yeah.
a shot now
Yeah.
type of a thing. So Tanae pushes the revenge angle for Trinity's interference in their last match, which is what got them this match. Divine Storm attack before the bell, and then commentary spends most of the match talking about Percy Pringle, Russo, and the segment that just happened. Your match highlights include, I really wish I would have wrote this down better, but a quote, this great sequence on the tag by AMW. So whatever
happened.
you picked the tag.
Whatever the sequence
It was
was
great.
okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Sorry about that. Trinity does one of those, like, legitimate Hurricane Ranas that ends in a pin where everyone floats for a second on Storm.
I was gonna say she has one of the most legit
Yes.
Hurricanranas.
Yeah. I don't know what the actual name is, but when someone does a Hurricane Rana and the guys just kind of roll off to the side,
Yeah.
that's technically not a Hurricane Rana. The Kon Rana part means into a pin. So this is a real Hurricane Rana, the good one.
Those are Tijadas.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's a different one technically. But yeah, she does it so good.
Yeah.
We have Quiet Storm with a top rope senton, but James Storm moves, so it's just a top rope back bump by Quiet. Yo, it sucked.
Why?
Yeah, I couldn't.
Yo.
Oh my god. Quiet. Oh, I missed one here. Death sentence is set up, but the ref is just barely distracted, and Trinity hits the low blow.
Same finish. From,
Yeah, only a 2 this time though. So
Yeah, good falsy.
Quiet narrowly hits the full rotation with a somersault off the top to the outside onto AMW, who are up first to catch Divine's plancha senton over the top, who are then again up first to catch Trinity with the moonsault off the top onto all three, as Quiet distracts the ref in the ring, so it's legal.
Those dives were scary.
Yeah.
That first guy, I thought he was going for a full cross body. And the last second he did a
Yeah.
tuck, and I was like, oh! I thought
Yeah.
that was it for him.
Narrowly got that full rotation, yeah. In the end, Storm up and overs Divine to the floor, reverse into a snake eyes, and then grabs Quiet Storm for the death sentence. Hits it. That's your 3 winners, still tag champs AMW. Your match length was 7 minutes and 8 seconds. Your full segment was 8 minutes and 37 seconds. Your thoughts?
Meh.
Yeah.
AMW is the same match every time, just different opponents.
Right.
They don't do anything different.
Exactly, and I mean to the number exactly. 2 minutes into this match, a small section of the crowd starts chanting, "Where's your shovel?"
Oh, damn.
Because honestly, the way AMW sold, it kind of felt like every move that the Divine Storm hit on them, it was like, oh, well, you're only in charge because I just screwed up my move. Like, you didn't hit me with anything. I fucked up. You know, like, you're going to hit a move on me? That's great. I'm just going to roll out of the way and get, like, there was just no... They sold. They did some selling, but it was all, like, a real, like, yeah, but you didn't get the offense on me. I fucked up, and that's why you're in charge.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, it's not for me. I liked it when I liked it when I was little. I liked it in the beginning now,
Right.
but now it's just the same repetitive
It's
thing.
wearing thin.
Yeah, same repetitive thing. I need them to do something else now.
Yeah. This is that part of wrestling where promos really cover up a lot of the things where it's like, if the guys are going to do the same wrestling match, that's fine, but give me a little bit of story so I can be like, well, at least I got something moving along.
Give me a reason to care. Give me a...
All right. Get ready. Because this is the last time that we see the team of Divine Storm, as well as the single wrestlers, Chris Divine and Quiet Storm, in a TNA ring.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wow.
Salute you off.
See you later.
Ooh, don't have chemistry with the tag champs? That's it. You done.
Who was that old ref?
That was an NWA ref.
He was terrible. His count was way too fast. He was never in the right spot for the camera.
Ugh. Yeah.
He's like, 1, 2.
Different type of ref.
Get rid of him.
Oh.
From the planet. I'm sorry.
From Planet Jared. All right, segment 4, we get a video package for AJ Styles. He should be world champion. High-flying, innovative, cocky, the cream of the crop. Is he with Vince Russo? Zip it!
Why do they keep it in every promo?
I love it! That's on the end of the video right there.
Yo, that was probably one of the worst hype video promos they've ever done.
Yeah.
At one point, it just started playing over again, the same thing with different audio over it. And I was like, what, you guys only did a 45-minute video for a fucking 120 like
Somebody realized, you know what, if we play 2 videos over each other at the same time, double the explosions.
Oh yeah, the gun explosions. Oh, that was annoying. And they must have showed him thrusting on the top rope like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. They really like that shot.
Again, I don't need to see that.
So, during the entrance, Tenay asks, who's AJ with? Mortimer Plumtree? I don't know why you bring him up, but okay.
Oh, right, yeah.
Russo and SEX or TNA? But whose side is he on? Like, they kind of gave. I thought they gave it away with that. Why? Like, why bring him up? I don't know. I thought they gave it away with that. I was like, what the fuck? He's gonna.
Oh, that
I haven't thought about him in a while.
Why bring him up right now? Unless, like, it's like the previously on. Hey, remember old Sarah Jane from that 3rd episode in season 2?
Yeah, oh, I know who's showing up in this episode.
Why bring him up? That was how I felt. The second he was like, is he with Mortimer Plumtree? I'm like, yo, you could have said Percy Pringle, and I would have been like, maybe, why not? Mortimer Plumtree. No, 1,000% not. All right, so I'm freaking out. Sorry. AJ on the mic immediately answers the question. I'm not with Plumtree. I'm not with Russo's SEX. I'm my own man. And I should be heavyweight champion. The Truth music's hit. His music hits, and he comes out. The Truth says, what makes you think you should be world champion before me?
I have never been so disappointed in my life, dude. Because when Truth starts talking,
Yes!
his music's still going.
Oh, yeah.
And like he drops the first line, and I'm like, here it comes. And then it's just a promo. He just talks.
He drops the first line on beat.
On beat.
So
Yes.
I'm like, oh, he's about to roast him. And
Yep.
he just continues to talk. And I'm
And
like, oh.
Dude.
And I think the people on audio thought the same thing. They're like, all right, he's going.
Here it goes.
Oh,
what
he's-
makes you think you should be champion before me? Wait a minute. Oh, hang on. No. You were gonna. Oh,
Guess I'll
Dude.
just turn this music off.
Yeah.
man.
I lean forward in my chair. Here it comes. Oh.
so yeah, I'm a former champion. Prove it. AJ Styles versus Run the Truth Killings.
I love. There's a point where Don West says, "You know, it actually makes perfect sense that this match is happening."
No, it doesn't. There's no way. Nothing makes sense, dude.
Yo, it's a good thing these wrestlers just come out and challenge each other, and it just happened to work out because we didn't have a plan.
No. No. Oh my god, dude.
Don West thinks everyone has been watching as long as he has. And he thinks he's ahead of the curve. It's so funny.
All right, so your match highlights include something I thought was funny, where the Truth elbows his way out of a headlock, and then AJ stops it by kneeing him to the gut. But AJ walks away, grabs his crotch, and yells, "He hit me in my nuts!" You get a 12-second vertical suplex by AJ. Very good. And then the finish, which is your Super Falcon arrow by the Truth.
Oof, man.
Super Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the end, after much struggling, the Truth reverses a superplex into a Super Falcon arrow, aka a sit-out front suplex. But Mortimer Plumtree
What?
rushes out and distracts the ref. While that happens, David Flair
What?
runs out and hits the Truth with his sack. David throws AJ on the Truth and runs away. So runs Mortimer too. That's the 3. Your winner, AJ Styles.
Finally, I'm invested. The sack is back. I want to know what's in it.
I just picture an alternate universe where there's people in the stands going, "Sack is back! Sack is back! Sack is back!" Where David Flair's over beyond belief.
Into it.
They can't wait. What's it gonna be this week? It could be anything. It's a pie.
Sack is back. Sack is back.
I know we revealed it and they still want the sack.
All right, so your promo package was 2 minutes and 16 seconds. Your promo length was 1 minute and 43. Your match length was 8 minutes and 53 seconds, with your full segment being 13 minutes and 39 seconds. I mean, technically, maybe, probably match of the night.
Yeah.
But man,
I
what a scuffed finish.
Well, yeah. I definitely feel like I was surprised their chemistry wasn't as like smooth as, I really thought they were going to have a banger.
It was a real toned down match. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had a very safe match.
I don't know what was going on in that match. I don't know if there was some heat or if there was just like maybe some miscommunication and that's where the heat started, but I felt it was very snug. I felt it was very stiff, a lot of things that were happening. AJ was given a couple of kicks on the ground that felt a little unnecessary. And Truth gave that like really bad body block back, but it
Yeah.
was hard back. Like I felt like that was a receipt. And then AJ was just like giving like the weakest kickouts. I don't understand what was happening in that
Yeah,
match at all.
like I said, I really was I was expecting a great match between these two.
Yeah.
The chemistry just didn't.
I didn't know
didn't
how they
click.
couldn't.
Yeah.
But I watched it happen.
Nothing news, but according to Pro Wrestling Torch, who had a reporter at the show, quote, I don't know what David Flair had in his sack, but it had both weight and a metallic sound,
I will say this.
which is exactly how it comes off to us. So.
I don't know what's in the sack.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it's back. But Tenay said, oh my God, it's David Flair. And he's got that burlap title. He's got that sack.
Mm.
And I was like, what?
so
Why did he
what-
say that?
What random is it going to be like the WCW hardcore title or something stupid? Or...
He said title for some weird
Oh
reason.
gosh, I don't. Yeah. Keep in mind, none of us remember any of this crap.
Nope.
So I don't know what it really is, but ooh, if it ends up being the WCW hardcore title, oh my god, I regret that. All right, segment 5. Segment 5, we snap cut to backstage in the TNA locker room corner thing, wherever they are. Goldie's with Jeff Jarrett and the Road Warriors. Goldie asks about AJ Styles. Jarrett says AJ's a kid and he's got a long way to go before he has a shot at the NWA title. As for Russo and Triple X, what do you say, boys? Animal says, we got your back in the time! You wanna know what to do? It's so good! You gotta go! It's so Russo! Charlie! Let's go now! Which, of course, translates to, we have your back anytime, Jarrett. AJ, you jumped us. You're in this now. Jarrett and the Road Warriors have more titles than anyone in the wrestling business. Russo and SCX are going down. Tell them, Hawk.
And dude, while Animal's going off and Goldie is like
Fighting for her life.
there's a spike inches from her temple. And she is like, oh.
Like, I think at first she's like hamming it up, but then it gets real. Like,
Yeah.
it's really coming towards her.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hang on. So this happened once in the past. I saw it. Yeah, tell him, Hawk. And Hawk says, well, sex is over. Don't get excited. Everybody can still fuck. But for Russo, it's done. Don't like it. I don't care.
That was a weird promo.
Yeah.
What a rush.
That was very weird.
Yeah, your full segment was 2 minutes and 7 seconds. My only thoughts are, I really thought that Road Warrior promos used to be a little more nuanced back in the
Right.
day. And they didn't just say, well, you guys can't have sex anymore. No more fucking, brother. Like, I really thought there was a little more going on there.
Yo, Hawk looked like he was fighting a heart attack in that promo. He looked
man.
horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He looked like it was like, all right, I gotta get the adrenaline pumping. Oh, that was a bad idea. It was like hurting.
Yeah, he went and laid down
Yeah.
after that promo before the match.
Yikes, man. Oh.
There was one embarrassing moment where they had a nice tight shot on Goldie and Jeff Jarrett, and he did his promo, and then he was like, and then I got these two boys, and they did like a dramatic pan out, and being like so conditioned from WWF and even into WWE, where I would like, that's where you hear the, it's the Road Warriors, and they panned out, and it was just silent. Still just like the very subtle ambient noise of the crowd,
Yeah.
like they were watching, but nobody cared.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that
Dude,
didn't work.
I felt that the whole every segment. I was like, I
Yeah.
can't tell if the crowd's dead or not right now. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, so segment 6, we go back to ringside where AJ's still there and he's complaining to Mike Tenay that he needs a title shot and Mike should use his stroke to get AJ one. AJ then rips Tiny the Timekeeper out of his chair to grab it and sits in the ring. He refuses to leave until he gets a title shot. Wrestle around him. Blink and you miss it. AJ actually walks past JB's empty chair in order to rip Tiny out of his chair. It's just like
Poor Tiny.
It's like he had a vendetta against him.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Somebody starts yelling to turn the mic on, and it's the living legend Larry Zbyszko.
Yo, my jaw
Why?
dropped. I could not
What?
believe it.
Was that what it was? I was cooking dinner and I heard you just go, "What?" And I wasn't sure if it was this or the end part of the show.
It was the end.
Oh, okay. So Larry comes out and he says, "This is my interview time. The biggest fool of all is the man who fools himself." I think that might be too Bischoffy.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, a little too Bischoffy. Zbyszko tells AJ that Russo is a cancer and that AJ should not have joined him. Don't sell your soul. I can't do it. Don't sell your soul and ruin your image. It's all you have in this business. I swear I practiced it before and it wasn't that bad.
You gotta think Cyclope.
Cyclope. AJ keeps trying to say that he's not with Russo, but no
Dude.
one's gonna listen to that.
I was laughing out loud at this, where he's like, "I'm not with Russo." And he's like, "Shut your mouth! I know you're with him."
Yes. Yes. My favorite part, he's like, "You may be able to think you can fool people, but you can't fool me. You can't fool Tanae. You can't fool tradition." I was like, what? All right.
Tradition.
Who was that? Yeah.
Is she related to Desire?
It must be, yeah. AJ says, "Oh, I get it. If I wrestle the living legend, Larry Zbyszko, then I'm going to get a title shot." And Larry, just almost makes a fool out of himself, tripping over his line. But I think AJ saves him by slapping him. He's like, "You couldn't beat me with a slap." So I was like, ooh. Thank you, AJ. Zbyszko promo was 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Your full segment length was 5 minutes and 28 seconds. Thoughts on this one?
I thought it was a wonderful promo by Larry Zbyszko.
Yeah, no,
That might be just because of everything I had to deal with leading up to it.
Oh, yeah.
I found it hilarious.
I was like, wow, somebody who can cut a good promo, finally.
That's almost exclusively what he was used for in WCW. He did a whole thing where the Larry Zbyszko, the commentator, feuded with Scott Hall, the wrestler, against other wrestlers,
Yo.
just because he could talk so well. They were like,
As
just do
soon
it.
as he was done cutting that promo, I was like, pay him whatever he wants. Have
Yeah.
him teach all these kids how to cut
Yeah.
promos.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was so silly that if he's really supposed to be here for an interview, once again, TNA is making a huge mistake by not advertising him because Larry is one of the legitimately few liked old timers of that time by the fans. So it's insane for them not to advertise it because you don't have a lot of old timers that are around, active, and are liked.
Isn't it better to not advertise and then maybe he shows up?
That's no.
If I advertise, then Larry Zbyszko is going to be there. But if I don't advertise, then it could be Larry Zbyszko, could be Goldberg.
I'm so confused.
It could be
I'm just
Percy
gonna watch a
Pringle.
different
You
show.
don't know, baby.
Yeah, I tried to compare it to today, which is hard because so many of our old timers are trash bags.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It'd be kind of like, I guess, AEW having an unadvertised Jerry Lynn match.
Yeah.
Just he's one of the few old timers legitimately liked. Why are you not advertising his appearance? And then two things I just wanted to say, which is there is of course no nepotism in the NWA, even though Larry Zbyszko is the son-in-law of Vern Gagne. And then also, while Larry Zbyszko's last televised match was in 1999, he has had 9 matches in 2002.
Oh.
Wait. You said his last match was in
His last
99?
televised match was in 1999. So for the
Oh.
average person, it's like, well, that guy hasn't wrestled since 1999. But he's been doing things here and there.
Yeah.
And he had 9 matches in 2002. So he's got some, some ring rust has been knocked off. All right, let's do this one more right here. Segment 7, we get a promo package about Desire. It's just the whole segment from last week between her, Goldie, and Desire.
Yo,
And
Or her, Goldie, and Athena, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
poor Goldie again. Had her face smacked into the ground.
yeah, so obviously after that, crazy scuffle where Goldie gets a concussion and Athena makes the save against
Yeah,
Desire.
Right.
We're setting up tonight's big match.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, it makes
Right?
sense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is going to be, what is it?
It's Desire with Sonny Siaki versus April Hunter.
Oh.
Wait, that's not what you said.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's just yeah. So yeah, the match starts. Let's go. Early-ish into the match, Athena checks on April Hunter to show like, oh, I got your back, but I'm gonna be on the other side of the ring the whole time. So
I'm here.
yeah, I didn't really. It was weird. Like, I'm here for you in spirit because I have other duties to take care of, which technically are already over.
And that's all the highlights, right?
Well, according to me, there is one highlight, which is April Hunter's float over suplex.
Oh, that was great.
That is the only thing in the match that I was like, yo, yes, give her a second chance. I want to see more.
You had to get your shit in.
Yeah,
that was a good move.
It was a good move. That alone, I was like, I want to see what else she can do. So in the end, April goes up to the top rope. And then for no reason at all, Athena gets on the apron to distract the ref, which allows Sonny Siaki to pull April's leg and crotch her.
Oh, I didn't catch that she was distracting the ref.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, so it makes even less sense, to be honest with you.
Right.
Because to be honest, the ref not calling an obvious cheat makes a lot of sense for this company.
Yeah.
Oh, it happens all the time.
So for the face's backup to get up and distract the ref when she's in charge, that's even less sense. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, crotches April. Desire kicks her. Then, oh my God, tries to jump to the second rope.
Oh, embarrassing.
But fails.
Ooh.
And climbs up instead to hit the Super Hurricane Rana for the 3.
Ugh.
You win a Desire. Post-match, Desire stomps down April, but Athena goes for the save. But Desire gets the upper hand and rips Athena's top off, revealing her very not revealing bra.
Yeah.
It was like thicker than, I want to say, more covered up more than what Desire was wearing.
Yeah.
Desire then tries to rip off Athena's pants, but Athena won't let her. They struggle with each other until this segment just sort of ends. Your video package was 57 seconds. Your match length was 3 minutes on the dot. At least I did one thing right. 3 minutes on the dot. Post-match was 1 minute and 35 seconds.
I can't believe that was only 1 minute and 35 seconds. It felt like way
Oh, just them
longer.
struggling with the pants? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It felt like 3 minutes
No,
Yeah.
of her going, I don't want to do this, and then her trying to force her to do it.
Yeah. No, stop. I'm not taking out. No, we gotta do.
No, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Trying to hold her down to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Your full segment was 7 minutes and 7 seconds. But yeah, exactly. Thoughts on this?
I
Bad,
hated that.
Dude.
bad
I-
match, crap finish, horrible rape vibes ending.
I
Right.
was so uncomfortable.
Awful.
I assume Russo had something to do with the.
I
like-
tried to at least give it like a positive spin, like maybe
No.
the concussion hurt Goldie worse than we thought, and she missed her cue. But no, it like,
Yeah.
I
man,
hated that.
dude. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, Athena was told to wear a skirt, and they were gonna tear it off, leaving her in her underwear. However, she showed up in pants, and was of the impression that only her top would be taken off. So after her top was taken off, Desire and her started fighting for real regarding
Yeah.
stripping her
Right.
pants. It was
Yeah.
hilarious in the sense that the segment should have ended like 3 minutes before, and it's hilarious in that sense, but in every
Yeah.
other sense, it was horrible and disgusting.
Horrifying.
Felt
Yeah.
uncomfortable. I didn't want to watch anymore. Yeah, I hated that.
No.
But other than that, I hope it was a good paycheck for April Hunter because she deserves better.
Hmm.
I watched that match and I was like, why are we giving it Desire this gimmick? Why are we not just giving it to April Hunter? It's not because she's not attractive, because she is. She can do all the same stuff.
Yeah.
And she can actually work.
Mhm.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Literal fitness model.
Yeah.
How are you gonna tell me she's not hot? Like, I don't understand what's the
Yeah.
titties too big? What's the problem? I don't understand it.
The way it started with her kicks and punches, I was like, this is her first match.
Yeah.
This is her first match. And then during the match, they start saying,
Don't, because it only makes everybody else look bad. Go ahead, say it.
I almost just wanted to say the second part, but they said she was wrestling for a while. She's had
Yeah.
a couple of matches under her belt, maybe a few years.
And
But
what's
that
the other part?
she was trained by Dusty Rhodes.
Yo, Dusty Rhodes is getting old. If he thinks that's a successful student, brother, close up shop. It's done. We're done.
Like trained like this morning in catering?
Yeah, for
Like that
real.
was it?
Dude,
Yo.
yeah.
That's Trey when, like, you know, the wrestling school owners no longer running a legit business, and you just got to send in and they'll mail you back a certificate saying you passed.
Yo. This is one of the ones where I'm like, please tell me her dad is somebody that was real good friends, because there's no other. I can't understand.
Blowing Russo.
Somebody must like something, money, sex, something was going on.
SEX.
And then, unfortunately, out of everybody involved, this is the last time we see April Hunter in a TNA ring.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she comes back in like 2009, but that's it for us. And it's just one match, so. All right, post-segment today reminds us that TNA is going to local places and Jarrett's going to defend his title and that Goldie might have the dream with her. So let's go to that. But, yo, we're going to take a break because that was an awful segment.
Yeah.
I hated that.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to take a small break from the show and talk about the Wrestling Observer newsletter, as well as some other bits of news throughout the week. This is the new bit. This is my bit now. It's my thing. So, something from last week that we missed, I wanted to throw this in here because originally I thought the show was going to run long. I mean, short. Sorry, wrong way. Y'all remember that show from Fox News called Joe Millionaire?
Oh, yeah.
Where 20 women were brought to France with the idea that they were competing for the love of a $50 millionaire or you get it.
But he's a bum.
But it turns out he was, well, not a bum. He was a part-time construction worker / model who only made, you know what? A bum. $19,000 a year? Yeah, no, that's cool. He's a bum.
Just want my kids back.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's apparently learning to wrestle in UPW.
Oh.
Wherever that is. There's also some other names here, but like I said, this show's definitely gonna run long. We gotta go on. DDP, Diamond Dallas Page. He has a Disney pilot show, or a pilot for a Disney show called Extreme Fairy Tales. Never came out. Looked it up. Till this day, there was no Disney show with that title. Didn't happen. Also, him, DDP, and Randy Savage are up for a part in the animated Disney movie Tarzan 2.
Oh, direct to VHS.
I looked it up, and that part went to either Brad Garrett or Ron Perlman, based solely on voice. Or maybe both of them. Maybe they both parts, but I don't know. But yeah, they're not in the film. Next, January 13th Wrestling Observer newsletter titled Wrestler of the Year, Contenders, More. In the Here and There section, we are told that you can add the Road Warriors to the list of 80 stars looking to publish an autobiography. Although the reality is, this is my day, our day, letting you know, the Road Warriors, Danger, Death, and the Rush of Wrestling was not released until February of 2011.
Oh, damn.
Next in your NWA TNA section, you already heard this and you're going to hear it if you didn't. They're broadcasting into like the Asian territories, Malaysia, India, Hong Kong, stuff over there, Taiwan.
Next week in Australia.
Yeah, they tell us that later. I have stuff on that. It says here that they're going to broadcast twice a week, starting from the beginning. There's a note here. My God, those horrible dub segments will be shown again.
Oh.
Yeah, those poor bastards. But yeah, 2 1-hour shows every week. Oh, so I guess it's going to be one episode split up. Okay. And then, so they're going to play some things for a while. And then Chris Daniels, not on a contract, was offered a WWE tryout, so he could go over there if he wanted, because TNA didn't hire them, or him rather. Just a thing that's up there. That could happen. And then also on NWATNA.com, believe it or not, there's also news happening there. They released an article stating that in regards to the silent auction, they are in the process of compiling the winners' information and will be contacting them within the next 10 days to make arrangements for the prizes. Prizes involving the talents will revolve around their schedule, the most important part of this being, and I quote, appearances of the auction winners will be staggered over several weeks.
All right.
So we're going to be seeing them for quite a while on TV for us.
Boy.
And then finally, the best part about this, I'm so glad I looked into this. The day of the show, Bob Ryder released a column / newsletter titled Notes from Backstage, where he said that, 1, TNA plans to launch a school in February with trainers Jerry Lynn, Chris Harris, Ron Harris, Chase Stevens, and other TNA stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Jerry Leno and the rest.
Yeah, and the rest. Yeah.
Chris Harris.
And then
Yeah.
this one, the most important part right here. He also pointed out that there was a quote-unquote blooper in the December 18th program when during the Jeff Jarrett AJ Styles locker room brawl, it gave away that the Road Warriors were going to have a surprise return.
Oh.
Because I had to watch it something like 5 times before I finally realized that 2 seconds worth of screen time, if you watch it and you know where to look specifically, because it happens for such a short time, you can see someone peeking over the bathroom stall, and it is 100% animal in full face paint. Like, unmistakably, a little spider on the forehead, the white, it was unmistakably him.
I love the idea of someone watching it and being like, I swear to God, I just saw animal in the background of that fight. Like, yo, shut up, dude. Yeah, this is a rewinding.
I like it because it completes the tag team circle of accidentally walking into promos.
They've both done it now.
Animal
Yeah.
hawked. Yes. All right, let's go back to the show. Segment 8. Goldie sees a pickup truck entering the parking lot, and it's gotta be Dusty Rhodes.
Dude.
But it's actually Mr. Wrestling 4?
Shut your fucking mouth. I would have fucking kicked this whole table over. Smash your computer and dude.
Mr. Wrestling 4.
Yeah.
Oh my God! He's here.
He's here.
It's Mr. Wrestling 4.
The infamous Mr. Wrestling 4.
But who do you think it is?
I don't know. He has nothing to say. We black out back to commentary table. And if you missed the back,
We blacked out already.
Yeah.
if you missed the back of his jacket, Tanay and West confirm it is Mr. Wrestling 4. And it's gotta be something with Russo. Your Goldie time was 18 seconds. Your table time was 20 seconds. The full segment was 40 seconds. Your thoughts on this? Without too much yelling?
Nothing makes sense about it.
Yo.
They were like, "Oh my God, it's him." Who do you think it is?
My favorite part about this is commentary immediately goes, "Oh my God, who do you think it is? Could it be Russo? Oh no, wait, we just saw him in the ring. Hang on."
He was legit trying to figure it out.
Yo. Oh my God. Yeah.
What week are we on?
28?
Dude.
Yeah.
I can't believe, like, we're doing the burlap sack again. We're doing Mr. Wrestling again. Like,
I mean, like you say that, and honestly, that's the point I have, which is after David Flair, after Mike Sanders, I can't even begin to imagine what allegedly underappreciated, never given a real chance mid-carder this is gonna be.
I know, dude.
Ahmed Johnson? The Kiss Demon? Buff Bagwell a 5th time? I mean...
I thought it was Dusty Rhodes.
Dude.
I thought it was Dusty Rhodes.
Sure, why not? Yo, I don't know, little mean to say, but Mr. Wrestling died, or Mr. Wrestling 1 died 10 days after they revealed that Russo was Mr. Wrestling 3, so, like,
Who is Mr. Wrestling 1?
Mr. Wrestling rolled over into his grave.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't want to be around anymore.
Yeah.
Rolled away. Mr. Wrestling 1 was just the guy.
Just
He
the
was
guy.
Mr. Wrestling 1, yeah.
It was Mr. Wrestling 2?
Yeah, it was just his gimmick, same thing.
2?
Mr. Wrestling 2.
Okay, so what the fuck are we even doing?
I know!
What the fuck are we even doing?
I don't know.
Like, give me a new mask gimmick at least.
I
Like,
know.
really? Really?
I
Every
know.
4 weeks, like, in a month and a half, we're going to have Mr. Wrestling 7 come out because we can't afford a new mask. All we can afford is to change the Roman numerals on the jacket. That's it.
Oh, my God.
Yo, there's a lot of things that we did as a kid that was stupid, and like you like just there's no like just move past it, don't think about it, don't respect it, move on. But yo, one thing I don't know why personally, I will always respect the people that we did backyard wrestling with because they came up with the completely original, as far as I'm concerned, gimmick of the Canadian luchador, Nova Scotia. I've never heard anybody do that. I've never heard anybody, and it's a brand new gimmick.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but just make your own thing. It's not that hard. We did it in the backyard. Why can't fucking TNA do it? Yo.
Mr. Wrestling 5 now.
We skipped 4. That's the smart thing. Yo, at least make your own art. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just make your own art. That's all. As stupid as backyard as we did was, so many of those guys made their own art, and it was great just because they made it.
But like, dude, who's pitching? Who's back there like, and then, yeah, ready? Well, we bring back a new Mr. Wrestling.
Dude.
I think he's pitching to himself.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone else knows.
Gets up and runs to the other side of the table. That's a genius move! Can you tell me more? And he gets up and runs back to the other side. I can, but I'll need more money.
Takes his Yankee hat off, puts his Met hat on. I like it.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Everything with Russo is just such a scream fit. Like, you can't get past it. It hurts so bad. All right. Segment 9. We got a video package of Mike Sanders' debut from last week. Then we get SEX music that hits. JB says, "Please welcome Mike Sanders." On the mic, he says people still cheer for Mike Sanders, but he's with Russo and everything Russo stands for because Russo created Mike Sanders. His job in SEX is talent acquisitions. He finds them, Russo picks them. Russo doesn't hate tradition, it's all about philosophy. Evolution is the solution, and somebody's going to end up SOL.
Man, what a guy.
I know.
Right. And this was the guy from the power plant that could talk.
The weirdest part about this is, to me, in the most technical sense of how he presented words, it was a good promo. It just had no context or it didn't mean anything. He came out and laid pipe and left.
I don't know who he is. I don't know what he represents. I mean, he said he represents whatever Russo wants, but okay. Why would I don't, that's not you. No. And then once Russo's got, I didn't get anything about what he wants to be.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Sounds to me like he's bad-mouthing tradition.
Well, cue Jerry Lynn.
Yeah.
Jerry Lynn comes out and says, it's not about philosophy, it's about tradition. You work by talking. I do my talking in the ring, bitch. Or, excuse me, I do my talking in the ring. Bleep. So, Jerry Lynn versus Mike Sanders. Believe it or not many match highlights here.
Yeah.
One match highlight includes Don Harris coming to the ring just to interfere a bunch of times. Other than that, it's actually, believe it or not, mostly Mike Sanders, in my opinion, where Mike Sanders reverses into a pump handle backdrop.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Fucking good, yeah. And then Sanders, I have an acai moonsault to the inside, which is just a lion salt, right? Did I get that wrong? Or no, because
it was off the corner, right? Wasn't it?
But do you remember that?
He did was it from one side of the corner to the other, and then moonsault?
Was it a triangle?
He did a weird, post, and then just did a moonsault.
Well, it was good either. Whatever it was. We can't remember it, but it looked good apparently. Great. So, in the end, after Don Harris boots the first ref and a second ref comes out, after kicking out, Sanders brings Lynn to the top rope. Lynn fights him off, and then Lynn sunset flips and jackknife pins Sanders. But Don Harris pulls the second ref out, goes to powerbomb him, and out comes Dusty Rhodes.
Woo!
Bionic elbow for Don Harris. Dusty throws the first ref in as Lynn hits the TKO for the 3. Your winner, Jerry Lynn. Your promo package was 32 seconds. Your Sanders promo was 1 minute and 41. Your Jerry Lynn promo was 21 seconds. Your full match was 7 minutes and 39 seconds, with the full segment being 12 minutes and 21 seconds. Thoughts on this one?
This is probably the most forgettable Jerry Lynn match we've seen.
Yeah.
Crowd
Yeah,
is
I think.
dead still
Yeah,
from
they
what
don't
they just
care.
witnessed before this. They were dead during the promo, during the match.
I felt it was exactly like the promo. Technically, it was a very good match, but there was no substance. There was nothing to grab onto.
Yeah.
It was just technically by the numbers, the most bare minimum of a good match that you could have, and it was all there, but it just wasn't very good.
They didn't botch.
No, and also,
that.
also in the promo,
So-
Sanders successfully got away from a what chant.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yeah.
he's good. It's just I don't know why. Honestly, at this point, he might be Jerry Lynn. I keep seeing Jerry Lynn matches, and I'm like, I know Jerry Lynn's good, but also I don't think Jerry Lynn's very creative. I think that might be an issue.
Maybe that motherfucker needs to move on beyond peanut butter and jelly.
He's got some malnourishment going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then as we already said, it was during this match specifically that I realized that whatever they're doing to mic the audience, it's not working at all, because it sounds like the same amount of people are cheering during this match as they do when Dusty Rhodes come out. So I can't tell who's over and who isn't, and it's awful. And then also, unless I'm getting my terminology wrong, literal Dusty finish. He came out to 100%, the dustiest of Dusty finishes. All right, segment 10, we go right into it. The crowd chants Dusty. As Dusty says, it sounds like everybody's cross with everybody. Dusty says the first time he came here was to see pro wrestling, not a midget beaten off in a trash can. We need entertainment and change, but we can't lose tradition. One time, I was NWA champ, and I was sleeping in dive hotels with black and white TVs, and that's when I knew wrestling was real.
That doesn't sound good.
I'm drawing the line in the sand. NWA wrestlers grab hold of the lightning bolt.
Oh.
Do you want an hour of Ricky Steamboat? Jarrett going an hour with 3 men? Or a half hour with 3 men? Or do you want a midget beaten off in a trash can? Guys in the back, cross the line. Make something of yourself and become world champion, instead of becoming a midget beating off in a trash can. Everyone has a choice to make tradition something new. Yeah, everyone has a choice. I think that's supposed to be chance. Everyone has a chance to make tradition something new. But the marquee still says pro wrestling, not a midget, a beaten off in a trash can. So, I'm going to go in my truck, and I'm going to go home to Georgia. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get a 6-pack, and I'm going to make Russo's life hell. Russo comes out, jumps on the announce table, and says, "You never thanked me for creating Goldust, you know." Famously, they had a falling out because of that character. This is your fault, by the way. I idolized you growing up. I got to meet you. My priorities changed. And now, because of you, I want to slap that boil off your gut. So let's go, Dusty, right now, you and me. Russo says... Dusty says, right now, let's go, you and me. Russo says, no, I tell you what, that's 6-man later on. Now it's an 8-man on one condition. When I win, I pick all the challengers for the titles next week. Dusty's like, I'm going to go ask the man in the back. I don't have that power. Dusty promo, 5 minutes. Russo promo, 4:30. Full segment, 9:25. My only thoughts here is, I mean, I guess Dusty made some good points, but I don't know if I agree with them.
I was entertained.
Yeah, Dusty cuts a hell of a promo.
That's the thing. The promo was fun. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I gotta be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not gonna take sides on this whole tradition and new wave stuff, but best 2 promos of the night were the 2 of the oldest guys on the card.
Yeah. All right, segment 11. Jason Cross versus David Young. During the match, they show Richard Airpin, the NWA president, in the crowd.
Isn't it hilarious to think, your company's under attack, all this chaos is going, and the president's just sitting in the front row, just eating popcorn like a fucking Gomer.
Yo, I thought something was going on with the cameraman and the producer. I was like, Why is the camera just like slowly going off to like this random dude? It looked like just some guy sitting on a public bus, random stain on his shirt.
We want to go to our fan, Richard Arpin, who's won the prize of president for the night here at NWA. Like,
Yeah, they won the
Oh
auction.
my god.
Yeah, he did not seem like anyone special. And they're like, yeah, by the way, this is our president. And I was like,
Right.
oh.
Oh, like an honorary president, right? Like,
No.
Interim president.
No, we pay him. Also, during the match, Bob Armstrong comes to the announce table to say a few things.
not just during the match, okay? During the fucking falsies, we're winding up to the finish of the match.
Yeah. He lets us know that Siaki's going to defend against Kid Cash, and that Kid Cash has an equalizer for Desire. Also, that Russo match is on, with the only stipulation being that if Russo wins, he gets to pick the title contenders.
Oh,
No counter stipulation to like be like, well, but what? It like just okay. Russo gets what he wants. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and if he loses, Sex has to.
nothing.
Oh,
They're not even banned from the building for a day.
damn!
Nothing.
Wow.
If they lose, we still pay them. Your match highlights include outside of the ring, David gives a released T-bone suplex towards the ring, and Cross crashes into the apron and ropes.
Dude.
This is gross, right?
Yeah.
It's fucking nasty. Like, he did that, and I was like, yeah, why do you hate him? Like,
Yeah, what are we doing?
you got, like, should we all just be like with our families? Like, why is this like? You'd be like learning a new math or something. And like, but still poetry. It was awful, but it was still poetry. They try to do the catch the arm, duck under, and catch the other arm for the crucifix pin, the backslide crucifix, but they miss it, and then they both look at each other over their shoulder as kind of like going, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And then they just go for it. Like,
Yeah.
let's just do it anyway.
Yeah, why not?
You can actually see members of the crowd like watch it happen, and then immediately just start whispering to each other, like, "I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what happened. No, I don't think that was real." They do a Cross does a front flip leg drop. Tenay calls it a somersault leg drop, but I don't feel like somersault conveyed the height that he got on that flip, dude.
That motherfucker just so easily lands on his feet, flips through the
It
air.
was crazy. He did a flip in the air, and then at the end of the flip, he was like, "I'm gonna land on my feet. Nah, on my butt. I'll change it." Like, and then my move, I love this move, is David Young's ragdoll slam.
Yeah.
That like glow stomach uranagi grab that swings into the reverse
Inverted, whatever that
reverse
is.
sidewalk slam. Yeah, it's nasty, dude. So in the end, after a struggle on the top rope, Cross hits a neck breaker off the top and then follows it up by missing the crossfire.
Yep, that's one thing.
David Young capitalizes by hitting his spine buster. That's the 3. Your winner, David Young. Yo, post-match, which actually happens before the match ends,
Yeah.
BG comes to the ring to talk to his dad, and it seems that Bob doesn't even want to hear BG out. Referee Scott Armstrong runs to get in between them, even though they were already trying to walk away from each other. Then,
Oh yeah,
inside the ring,
I forgot about this.
so much happened.
Yeah.
Mexican legend and former WCW wrestler Conan makes his unannounced and unadvertised debut by beating David Young and Jason Cross with a kendo stick.
Oh, both of them.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Then, legendary Mid-South promoter and manager Bert Prentice enters the ring and tells Conan to stop.
Yo, I was like, who is this guy? Come on. How am I supposed to know?
I know.
Yeah, dude. And they keep saying that's local promoter Gus Genderson. That's him.
I know,
That's
yeah.
him.
It's him, yeah.
Just like Mr. Wrestling 4. Who's that? Who do you think that is? I don't know. There he is, though.
There's local wrestling promoter Mr. Wrestling 5. He's here feuding against his rival, Mr. Wrestling 7. It's crazy.
Oh. So yeah, he enters the ring, tells Conan to stop, and Conan does immediately. He immediately backs down. But despite that, legendary Mid-South promoter and Jeff Jarrett's grandfather, Eddie Marlin, comes down to the ring with police officers.
Yo.
Who actually aren't police officers, and it says on their shirt, Tennessee Protection Agency.
Yo, you telling me during all these beatdowns that TNA has had, there's just been cops in the back?
Yeah, private security teams, yeah.
And you waited until Conan showed up.
Oh, the one.
Right.
The one, I see.
Right.
I guess R-Truth was right.
Right.
Conan argues as he leaves out of the concession stand side arena doors.
He's arguing like, I honestly don't even know why I came here tonight. I don't understand it either.
I just woke up from a dream.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Buff Bagwell called me for a ride. I just got here. So your match length was 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Your post-match segment was 1 minute and 30. Your full segment length was 7 minutes and 36 seconds. Besides all that mess, my first and immediate thoughts are, David Young really better have an X-title match in his future.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty good at what he does, and he can throw guys.
Really
good.
Yeah, he's
solid.
He's a monster for the X division.
Yeah. And then, what the hell, man? I know it's total nonstop action, but why is it 3 actions at the same time? Like, why can't tell what's going on?
I feel like the second half and the ending of this match, because of the picture and like everything else that was happening.
Yo.
I was like, what is Bob Armstrong doing here now?
Dude,
and the Bee Gees here?
yeah.
And then I heard like 1, 2, 3. I was like, wait, what?
I know. I never even mentioned it, but like during the Dusty Rhodes promo, they cut to like BG just watching like from the rafters or something like, or like
I missed that.
under the bleachers. He was like just hanging out, like peeking, and like they never cut back to it. So like
I didn't see that.
Maybe Dusty Rhodes promo like cut to his core, and he's like, you know what, I had a change of heart or something. But maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, David Young deserves better.
I think so. Yes, I think that as well.
Dude, it's so insane to me to like set up a match, the last segment,
right?
And you're like, hey, I can't accept the match. I gotta go talk to somebody. And then then he goes into, and then the person's like, yeah, oh, by the way, like, there's a match going on, but the other guy came and talked to me, so we're finishing the conversation from last segment. What are we even doing? I don't understand how there's this many legends, this many experienced people around, and nobody's going, bro, what the fuck are we doing here? Although it's wrestling, so everybody, is getting that paycheck. So
that's what it is. I think at this point, a lot of those old timers who know better are like, I'm just here for the day, dude. I'm not trying to help you.
The faster I say something, the faster the money goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt so bad for Young and Cross in the ring when Conan got there.
Okay, yeah, just beat him down.
The crap out of them. I heard thuds from his kicks that he was just wearing sneakers from.
Yeah.
Like, just the point of his toe, just kicking the shit out of them.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I know the future of TNA, 3 Live Crew, so I know he's coming back. But, like, after this segment, if they never brought him back, I'm like, yeah, it's because you abused the fucking wrestlers, dude. Of course you're not coming back. You know it's fake, right? Jesus Christ. I gotta do it again tomorrow.
No, not anymore.
All right, so according to Wrestling Observer Newsletter, Jason Cross suffered a crushed knuckle and a broken hand early into this match with David Young, which, is at least a good reason for them to have a disappointing match because he was in pain.
That's what it was.
He's going to be out for 4 weeks, apparently.
Okay.
And according to Pro Wrestling Torch, correspondent Kenny Vaughn, who was at the event, seems less credible than Dave Meltzer, who really seems like he makes stuff up at times. But according to Kenny Vaughn, my friend said he heard Jason Cross tell Bob Armstrong that he thought he broke his hand. Editor's note, PW Torch editor's note, Jason Cross told wrestlers backstage that he may have broken one of his fingers during the match against David Young last night. My note, I made this edit. 4 minutes into the match, Young ducks a clothesline for the go behind. Cross back rolls out of it with a German back rolls out of the German suplex and lands on all fours on his feet and his hands. And when he comes up, he gets in the ready position and wiggles his fingers, waiting for Young to stand up. Middle finger bending the other way from his hand, like just yeah. So like, and then you can kind of see him like protecting one of his hands the rest of the match. So he definitely like. I'm not a doctor, but at least dislocated something because it was pointing the wrong way.
I'm no doctor, but that ain't right.
$10,000, please. So segment 12, Sonny Siaki with Desire versus Kid Cash with Trinity.
What is she doing here?
For the X Division title. That's the equalizer. That's the magic equalizer.
They don't have any other women.
Yeah, I know.
Athena? Oh.
What? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. the one
I know.
involved in a program?
Yeah.
Whoops.
No, we're going to use another... I was going to say redhead. I don't think she's actually redheaded. Never mind.
None of them are. Only April Hunters.
That's what I meant. We're going to use another redhead who's not involved in this storyline.
She was wearing red.
That's probably what it was. So Cash and Trinity rush the ring, and after being attacked in stereo by Siaki and Desire, hit stereo drop kicks to remove the heels from the ring, and that's what the match starts off at.
I just want to say there's a lot of things in wrestling that I really don't like.
Yeah.
One of them being the tag team or
The
even
Rock and Roll
worse.
Express spots.
Yeah, dude.
We're just gonna do the same thing.
We're
but
doing
in
the
tandem.
same.
Yeah.
We're doing it in stereo.
Yeah.
Dude,
Both of them reversed it at the same time.
shut your fucking mouth. Stop it.
Jesus. It's the gimmick. Everybody's got to have a gimmick, right?
No.
Okay, if you're the Rock and Roll Express and it's your gimmick, everybody else, stop it.
Well, it's
Knock that fucking shit off.
the gimmick. Everybody's got to steal a gimmick.
Right, yeah. Here we are, it's an 8-man. None of us have ever tagged before or worked with each other. We're just assembled, but we're all gonna... Stop it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right.
I hate
So
it.
your match highlights for the Siaki Cash match include Cash full on Sabuing Siaki, which includes a moment where he struggles to get the chair closed. The ref points with dissatisfaction.
Fucking refs in this company, man.
Obliterates his face
Yeah.
with a chair.
It was nasty. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, that was nasty.
Hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
One.
Okay.
Cash with a twisting springboard into an Asai moonsault in the corner.
Oh my god, ridiculous.
And then a double springboard Hurricanrana by Cash, just casually run.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best all-around wrestler and worker, but what a fucking athlete that
Yeah,
guy is.
man.
Holy shit.
That is the one thing I
He
will
can do
never deny.
anything in the
Kid
ring.
Cash is a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah.
He does things that is insane.
And he's like fearless when he does it.
Like no effort at all.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
just,
Oh
like,
yeah, he makes it look easy.
walk
Yo,
up the ropes.
Yeah. In the end, Cash hits that double springboard Hurricanrana, followed by a tornado DDT, but Desire pulls Cash off with a pin for a 2. Ref points with dissatisfaction. Cash and Siaki struggle with a backslide, which is reversed into an Irish whip, which is reversed until Desire sort of barely grabs Cash's leg, and that trips him into the Siakalypse, and that's your 3, winner and still ex-champion, Sonny Siaki.
Like Apocalypse.
Right.
Post-match, Trinity slides into the ring of the bell and attacks Siaki. Despite it doing almost nothing, Desire immediately makes the heel save. The two break apart and the segment just sort of end. Zzz. Your match length was 4 minutes and 58 seconds, so 5 minutes. Your full segment length was 6 minutes and 49 seconds. My thoughts here are, I don't know. The match, again, technically wasn't bad, but I was not into it. I don't like Kid Cash. He comes off as a heel and an unlikable guy. Like, everything he does, it just seems like a dick thing to do. And then Siaki's super fake and empty in everything he does because he's still trying to figure out how to play somebody else's gimmick, or I don't know what his problem is, stage fright or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
whatever training, that's just not enough.
I never take Kid Cash serious as a babyface.
No, he's just such a heel. Yeah.
He's Kid Rock, but Kid Rock in Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. But dude, it's so frustrating because again, he's so athletic and not the best wrestler, but like the combo, the Hurricane Rana, and then into that tornado DDT. Like the tornado DDT, I feel like he's like picture perfect.
Yeah.
So good.
This just reminded me more that there are better female wrestlers here than Desire, and why aren't they using them instead of Desire?
I know.
This is every man's desire.
They're just gonna throw like the best women wrestlers at her to try to get her over.
It's
so sad.
all right. Segment 13. Next week we will be broadcasting in Australia,
Crikey.
by which they mean to Australia,
Yeah,
not from Australia.
Oh,
It's not for the DC Sniper. Also, Piper's gonna have a video of some kind, and then Don West take it away.
Dude, what are we even doing here?
Roddy Piper?
Roddy Piper.
Remember when he showed up 5 weeks ago, really angry, said a bunch of stuff, and left and never was heard from again?
And it was regarded as one of the worst shows they've had
Yeah.
in almost like 6 months' time. Yeah.
Yeah, he sent in a PS to his promo.
Yeah. He said it's in the mail, so we're hoping it's gonna be here.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, folks. All right. It's already confirmed. AJ Styles versus the living legend Larry Zbyszko. It's happening next week. We're going to see it.
Really?
And then next,
Oh.
we're going to see the 8-man tag, Dusty versus Russo. If Russo wins, he gets to pick the challengers next week. That's it. Have fun.
Hell of a super pitch, Don.
Yeah, it was nothing. Let's go to the ring. Your full segment was 1 minute and 18 seconds. My only real thoughts on this are, Tenay at the end just reminds me of why he's here, because there were times where he starts like really getting into his character and really living his gimmick, and it's so good. He does this thing where he turns to the crowd behind him and gets them like super hyped, and he gets really hyped himself, and he's like, all right, let's go to the ring! And he gets a scowl on his face.
Yo,
It's
I
like,
saw that look when he was like,
But right, nanosecond, right as he turns away from the camera, you see him side-eye and wink, because he knows how good it was.
I saw that.
He
too.
knows how
man.
good it was.
I saw that too.
I missed it.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what was that about?
he knew exactly how good that
He's like,
was.
ooh, that was the coldest shit I've ever done.
He had that stern look. He was looking right at me.
It was great. According to Wrestling Observer newsletter, Piper does not trust TNA after Russo came out mid-promo last time.
Right.
So he wanted to record it this time, which is why this is a video.
Yo, what are we doing?
So
man?
that's less control you have now.
Yeah, he's never heard of a documentary.
He could edit the hell out of it. He could stand in the ring and just commentate over it the whole time.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't wait to see next week where the clock and the promo keeps going back and forth. Back and forth.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that I can't even. That's gonna be crazy.
I also love the idea of he doesn't trust TNA, so he's gonna film the promo himself. So that means TNA, they don't really know what they're getting until that video shows up in the mail. Oh, we can't use any of this
at all.
he calls everyone Osama bin Laden.
Except
Yeah, I mean, honestly. Oh man. All right, that was the super pitch. So that means it's the main event, which means it's time for the best hour.
our favorite.
The Troy McClure hour. Oh, hello there. I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such war mishap movies as... Whoops, I dropped the bomb. Kill and eat those murderous cannibals. Or freedom means you don't have a choice. Today, we're here to talk about alienating Allied powers. Oh my god, I don't know how to summarize
Dear
this.
Lord.
Yeah, it's so long. I'm only talking about the Road Warriors. Animal started in '83 as a singles wrestler in Georgia Championship Wrestling and joined the debuting Hawk in '84, who were put together by Paul Ellering. Initially firing him, they then joined Paul Ellering's group, the Legion of Doom, consisting of them, Jake the Snake Roberts, and The Spoiler. The title was taken from the villains of the 1973 cartoon The Super Friends with the same name. They quickly gained fame and infamy for their Hoss powerhouse monster style of not selling and being stiff, so much so that there are rumors that wrestlers would leave the arena after they found out they were booked against them. I mean, they won the NWA National Tag Team Championships on their debut. Also in '84, they debuted in Vern Gagne's AWA, leaving in '86 after winning the AWA tag titles once. They debuted for All Japan in '85, and again, gained fame for what they did, I said above. Also, they beat the Japanese monster team of Killer Khan and Annual Hamaguchi in less than 4 minutes. The Road Warriors joined Jim Crockett Promotions' WCW World Championship Wrestling in 1986, and at Starrcade '86, which is their WrestleMania, won a scaffold match against the Midnight Express. In '87, they feuded with the Four Horsemen in the first ever War Games match, where a cage surrounds 2 rings. Their team consisted of the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, Paul Ellering, the manager, who was in the match himself, the Superpowers, which was a team of Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff. They also won the NWA 6-man tag titles twice with Dusty Rhodes, but the titles were abandoned shortly after, as all 6-man tag titles are, after Dusty Rhodes was fired. In '88, they turned heel by turning on Sting. They won the NWA tag titles for the first time in late '88, and helped Dusty Rhodes get fired as Booker for taking off a spike from their shoulder pads and trying to stab Dusty in the eye with it on television.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Not pay-per-view, television.
Yeah.
They turned face and lost their tag titles in '89. While they continued to gain wins, their career plateaued until they left in 1990. The same year they left, they joined the same month they left in 1990, they joined the WWE. Probably no insider trading there, that sort of legal stuff. They changed their name to the Legion of Doom, as Vince McMahon cited there were already too many warriors in wrestling. Ultimate Warrior, modern day warrior, Kerry Von Erich. That's enough. The Legion of Doom immediately feuded with their alleged rip-off counterparts known as Demolition. They won the tag title from the Nasty Boys in '91, becoming the only team, at least at that time, to win the tag titles from all 3 top promotions in the '80s, which was WCW, WWF, and NWA. They lost the titles and left in 1992 for a short time before returning with their original manager Paul Ellering, and shortly thereafter, a ventriloquist dummy named Rocco. Originally named Freckles, but the house show segment bombed so hard they reworked it. Hawk was disgusted by the dummy and began leaving early and missing flights. I know.
So what? Fire me.
Dude. I don't know what kind of issue Hawk has with image, but yo, for him to quit his job because he didn't want to be associated with I couldn't. Literally one of the most over wrestlers in the entire industry, and I couldn't. I couldn't. I mean, this is coming from a guy who willingly dressed up like a puppet, but still, I couldn't understand that. Hawk left the WWF in 1992 with Animal staying and teaming with Crush.
Yo, I can't believe it was over the dummy.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Whew.
Eventually, Animal suffered a back injury that caused him to take a break for a very, very long time. 4 years, actually. In 92, Hawk immediately went to New Japan Pro Wrestling, where he formed the team, the Hellraisers, and changed his name to Hawk Warrior, as well as being joined by Kensuke Sasaki, who was named Power Warrior. They continued the Road Warriors theme of painting faces and wearing spiked shoulder pads for years to come. In 92 and 94, they won the IWGP Tag titles, and when Animal's back finally healed, he joined them in 1996 as Animal Warrior. They rejoined, well, actually, just the Road Warriors, Animal and Hawk, rejoined WCW in 1996, but left 6 months later after a contract dispute. Allegedly, they were supposedly going to be able to have multiple contracts in multiple companies, and Bischoff was like, yeah, I don't remember saying that.
That's not how contracts work, usually.
Yeah, that was one of the rare occasions where I was like, yeah, I might believe Bischoff on this one. I don't know why. The Legion of Doom debuted in returned to the WWF in February of 1997, where they feuded with various tag teams, and one time for one feud, let Ahmed Johnson don the shoulder pads for a tag match with them. They won the tag titles in November of 97, but lost them to the New Age Outlaws, which started a feud that saw Hawk get his reverse mohawk shaved. Failing to recapture the gold, the team then updated their characters to the new millennium, for the new millennium, to LOD 2000, which included new shoulder pads and motorcycle helmets, which, I mean, this guy has a lot of problems with himself, huh?
I love this guy, man.
Hawk eventually threw the motorcycle helmet into the crowd in order to stop having to wear it.
Wow.
Dude.
What the hell is wrong with this man?
Dude, this guy's got, yeah. They also gained a new manager in Sunny, a.k.a. Tammy Sitch.
That drunk bitch.
Yeah, I forget. She's in jail already. They convicted her.
Good.
Yeah, she's away for a while. Sadly, but justifiably.
She killed a man.
Yeah, that's the sad part. That's the sad part. Sunny was eventually replaced with Draws for a feud when the returning Paul Ellering sided with the Disciples of Apocalypse, DOA. That's the Harris brothers back then. This led to the storyline breakup of the LOD, where Draws replaced Hawk in LOD 2000 in the ring, as it played off of Hawk's real-life drug and alcohol issues, which led to a suicide attempt on Raw, where Hawk climbed up the Titantron and threatened to jump off.
Right.
Which I remember correctly, and I went back and watched it to confirm. Draws climbed up the Titantron as if to talk him down, and then very clearly pushed him off.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The storyline was dropped shortly after, for various reasons, including the people involved not wanting to do it themselves. They made a few appearances after this before leaving in 1999. In 99, the team's fame slowed down as they took various independent bookings, as well as a few matches in All Japan Pro Wrestling. Animal did a singles run in WCW before the company was bought out in 2001. His debut was famously, or infamously, overshadowed by Sid breaking his leg after jumping off the top rope. Yeah, people don't really remember the Animal debut part because there was a man dying in the ring and it was hard to look anywhere else. They won various independent tag titles until 2002, which brings us to today and segment 14.
Sweet Christmas.
SEX, which is Vince Russo, and Triple X, which is Chris Daniels, Elix Skipper, and Low-Ki, versus Jeff Jarrett, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, and Dusty Rhodes in I'm just trying to summarize it here, if Russo wins, he gets more power match. All right, so let's go bringing everybody to the ring. It's not Monty Brown.
Oh.
It's not Jimmy Yang.
I know, it's
not Abyss.
Oh.
It's the Road Warriors with TNA's favorite, we paid for it, we're gonna use it, theme music, Down in the Catacombs by Dale Oliver. Still not sure who it was that did that water rush on the mic during LOD's entrance. Not sure if it was pre-taped, if somebody grabbed a mic and did it live, but it was very confusing to me. Once again, the crowd might not be reacting, or they might not be mic'd properly, because I swear Dusty got no pop on his entrance. Nothing.
I think they were confused that the music was the...
Yeah. I don't know if that's enough to confuse them, but just the fact that, like you didn't even see people being like, they were dead for Dusty Rhodes. It was really weird. Vince Russo comes out and he's wearing a hockey helmet and a full tracksuit.
Of course.
All right, your match highlights include Daniels gets juggled around by the face team members and then whoas away Dusty Rhodes' bionic elbows and gets punched in the face anyway. Heart attack style double team by Daniels and Key, where Key kicks Jarrett in the face after a springboard.
That looked really good.
Yep.
Followed by Daniels putting Jarrett into the Boston Crab, and then Key springboards into the ring with a knee to Jarrett's back.
You didn't need to do all that.
That was too much?
That was a little too
Yeah,
much at that point. It was a little overkill.
That was it. Those three. Or those two, actually. The only highlights, in my opinion. In the end, Dusty Rhodes gets the hot tag and elbows everybody except for Russo, who cowers away outside the ring. You have a 3-on-3 face versus heels, and everybody leaves except for Russo and Dusty. Russo gets in the ring, and so slides Mr. Wrestling 4.
So it's not Dusty.
Who hits Dusty with a chained fist from behind. Russo throws Skipper onto Dusty, and that's your 3. Winners of the match and the ability to pick the title contenders next week. SEX. Post-match. Mr. Wrestling 4 gets in the ring and Russo tells him to take off his mask. It's revealed to be the Russian Nightmare, Nikita Koloff. Your match length was 11 minutes and 42 seconds. Your post-match segment was 33 seconds. With your full segment being 17 minutes and 35 seconds. I mean, look, without a doubt, and I don't think I'm saying anything controversial here, but I think this might have been the most well put together match on the card.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
The easiest to digest as a viewer.
Right.
Yes,
The
yeah,
one
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
retained my attention for the longest.
Sure, yeah.
But that's all I have to say about the match, because everything else was
what
just
the
kind of like
yeah.
a yeah. And then, I mean, I didn't watch enough 80s wrestling to have everyone memorized, so I don't really know Nikita Koloff very well. But I don't know who the fuck this guy. Like, I know who he is, but like in the context of wrestling, I'm like, I don't know. Like, why is Nikita Koloff here? I don't get any of this.
That's like Dusty's like biggest.
Yeah,
rivalry.
but like it was. But like when he took off his thing, I was like, it's like the Lex Luthor meme where he's like, I finally get to see who the Flash is. I don't know this man. Like, it was the same thing. He took it off, and I was like, I have no reference for who this man's face is. I don't know who it is.
I knew who he was, so
And
I was like, oh my goodness, Nikita Koloff. I can't believe it. But then, why is he joining SEX when they're going against tradition? Like, I can understand his logic where he's like, well, we got tradition to go to our side, so yeah, we're the big heels now. So but it doesn't make any sense though when you see it happen.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense at all.
What are we doing here? What are we?
Nikita Koloff. I was shocked as all hell because there was a bunch of names going through my head who it could have been, and you could have gave me unlimited guesses. I would have never guessed him.
Doesn't it seem insane to like debut a whole Mr. Wrestling 4 just to that night? Like,
oh, to reveal that, that's as long as the mystery lasted. A few segments.
Like,
It's like a double debut for the same guy.
what was the like? If we're talking about this from a storytelling perspective, the mystery is there to hook people,
Right.
To hopefully get them to show up next week. but you just blow it
Yeah,
the same exact.
it's- yeah.
Like, oh, what's this mystery? Oh, I guess we'll have to find out. Oh no, they're just gonna tell us, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he's so used to TV writing to keep him till the end of the show. When this is a pay-per-view, they bought it, they have it already.
Yeah,
You
like,
don't need to book it that way.
yeah. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's how I feel every.
Nikita Koloff. I
I don't know what's gonna happen there.
I don't remember him being here.
Yo, yo,
This is the last.
fucking hold the fuck on, because I'm dead serious when I say this. I whined for a minute straight when I found this out. This is the last time
Don't even.
that we see the Road Warriors in a TNA ring.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Damn.
I couldn't
That's the end
believe
of that.
that's it.
That was fast.
wow.
They're done.
Dude, wait a minute. They got the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
I was invested.
Finally, they have a match.
They finally have a match. You ruin it, like you
Yeah.
fucked the match by making it, and then that's it.
It's gone. Just
Dude.
like all the time spent, all the money. That's what I'm talking. Like every time, I was just like, "Yo, that can't."
Who do
Like
you-
just
who do-
why? Did,
Who do you think it was? Who was the puppet the first time? Who was the motorcycle helmet the second
Nikita.
time?
I'm not fucking working with this asshole. Nope. Mm-mm. I don't know what their falling out was, but he's like, if I ever see you again.
Done.
Christ, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, and this is pretty much the end too. The Road Warriors work for Fighting of World Japan Pro Wrestling
Sounds
from
legit.
March until July. They work for WWE Raw in May. And then Hawk dies in October.
Oh,
Shit.
spoilers!
Well, we're not gonna
Damn.
see him, so he's gone. Like it's yeah. So that's it. Like the team's done this year, and it's not much longer after this, and they don't have a lot of matches. It's he was 46, and
Wow.
and that's it. Yeah, he couldn't deal with all the stresses of life and
I saw it in that promo.
all this stuff. Yeah, no, these last
Didn't
couple
look
of
good.
matches, it wasn't good. Like, you know, it's always embarrassing when a mishap happens, but when he did that big boot and he fell,
Yeah.
that's when I was like, yeah,
Oh,
that's
no.
you.
Yeah.
That's a you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Falling on it. Yeah, that big. Oh, I forgot about
Yeah,
that. When he fell on
that to me that was the indication. Oh, he might be drinking like right now. Like his skin's really red too. Like it's flushed with alcohol. Man, you know, I'm just saying. Like I don't like it. I'm saying it, but I'm putting the pieces together. Animal comes back to TNA in 2007 for Slammiversary to replace Scott Hall for one match.
Oh.
And then he makes an appearance. I don't remember this, but he makes an appearance in Total Nonstop Deletion in 2016 before he eventually dies in 2020. He was 60.
Damn.
Yeah. That's a shame. That's life though. You're fucking 1 minute you're on top, the next you're not, but whew.
1 minute you're on top, and then they book you with a dummy.
I mean, don't we know that? Like, we fucking. Although to be fair, 1 minute we were on top, and then we said, "Hey, what if we got a dummy?"
Yeah,
So,
I was like,
yo,
yo, I got pull around here.
a puppet for every match.
Yeah. Oh, the fans are just gonna molest him?
Yeah, I didn't know that was gonna happen either. They liked every second of it, especially the Christian crowd. Goddamn. So. Yeah, that was the show. That's it. Bell to bell to bell to bell to bell to bell. Yo, dude. 48 minutes and 54 seconds of wrestling on this hour and 52 minute and 8 seconds long show, dude.
Total
Right.
nonstop.
No, it was nothing. It was nothing, dude. And I mean, like for me, show thoughts, like it's specific people. It's the AMW, it's the Truth, and it's AJ Styles.
Yeah.
Segment 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. That was it. 5 out of the 14 segments I enjoyed.
Yeah.
The rest was
I
crap.
think I enjoyed less.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. How come they didn't do anything with Goldilocks in that little feud thing?
That's yeah. They just dropped it. I guess she got a concussion and she was like, I'm not working with her.
Yeah.
Okay, she was there. She did the Road Warriors promo.
Right. And
Right.
Mr. Wrestling thing, yeah.
What the?
That's what I gotta presume. A, she was concussed, it wasn't cleared. B, because of the concussion, she was like, I'm not working with her. She's too dangerous. We weren't even in the ring and she hurt me. Fuck her. I'm not working with her.
Yeah.
Wild.
All right, so why would you make this? I mean, we've already talked about it, but it's undoubtedly a surprise. It's still pretty understandable why Nikita Koloff is here. I mean, the Four Horsemen War Games match, he was part of that. They all have a history together. You know, the superpowers, the Russian Nightmare, the American Dream. Why not start that feud again, I guess? I don't know why you'd want to start that feud again, but apparently restart the Russian Nightmare, American Dream feud.
Cold War's over, but why not?
Why not? I mean, the whole height of the Cold War was the whole Cold War, so why can't we just relive the hype part? And then, as stated on the show, and confirmed by Wrestling Observer Newsletter, the Amazing Red was left in Japan due to a scheduling conflict. I mean, very likely Japan gave him a better deal, but which caused the match with Siaki to get scrapped, which ruined what was likely the plan of having Red get the X title and then having Sex have no champions for the match for the show next week where he gets to pick all the contenders. It would have made more sense that way. So now we're in a strange position where Russo actually has to pick an opponent for one of his own men. We'll see what happens. Is Russo honorable and he picks a real contender, or is it going to be some nobody, you know?
Yeah.
For us, dude, like, I went back and I listened to some of our older episodes, like episode 10 and stuff like that.
Totally unrelated to what's happening.
Dude, it's so funny to me that TNA back then had these storylines that added nothing to wrestling. Like Brian Lawler and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
Awful storylines where there was just stuff going on that had nothing to do with the matches. Who is Alicia and why does she keep taking money from people? Awful. But we were interested. We were like, yeah, but I kind of want to know where this goes and stuff like that. I want to know. And now they have no storylines and it sucks.
Yeah.
They got nothing going for them.
It's just Russo. Bring back Brian Christopher, crying out loud, dude. I want to be intrigued by whatever nonsense he's doing because at least I'm watching it, having fun talking to you about it. Like,
I want to see all that hot dogging.
And then one more thing I wanted. What was that?
Pizza dog.
Pizza dog. I almost forgot. He almost got away with it. And then I wanted to point out that AJ actually has a kayfabe history of lying to us. That he told TNA that he wasn't jealous or angry at Jerry Lynn. And justified or not, he lied to us about it. Remember? He was like, no, and me and Jerry Lynn, we're friends, we're buddies, we're pals. We put all that stuff behind us. And then he attacked him mid-match.
Right.
He has a history of lying to TNA. So him being like, I'm telling you, I'm not with Russo. Well, you already have a history of lying to our faces, so.
What a liar.
Zip it.
I think I skipped over you guys' thoughts. Do you have any extra thoughts you want to add to the show? No? Yeah, we pretty much said it all. Yeah.
I already said it.
All right, good.
Sunny, or whatever her name is.
Dude,
Yeah.
The idea of the whole book, we've been over this before, but the booking idea of like, you just have to give people no idea what they're tuning in for. It's a surprise every week is so fucking insane.
It's absolute nonsense. Because I can tell you from experience that is going to lead to the wrestlers not knowing what they're doing each week.
Right.
Because when you have an air of uncertainty, it's uncertainty for everyone. You can't fake that much uncertainty if you don't have an actual storyline being set up. You can create mystery within the storyline, but if you have uncertainty, then you have no story. You're not telling anyone anything. All right, so guess the card. We were advertised AJ Styles versus living legend Larry Zbyszko.
Ooh.
Whose side is Percy Pringle on?
Right.
Also, is he still alive? Because he may have bled out.
He's leaking a lot.
When are the Road Warriors going after the NWA World Tag Team titles?
Last time.
Who will get an X title match first? Jason Cross, because Bob Armstrong implied it. That he should get a rematch after the, what was it, 27th show, 28th show, something like that. David Young, the guy who just beat him. Or the Amazing Red, who was supposed to have a match this week but got stuck in Japan. Any one of them could be it. What will Piper say? That could be anything as well. We don't know. What does David Flair have in his burlap sack? And
I really thought the axe handle was the thing in the set. That's a different thing.
that was a Kurt Hennig
That
thing.
was his, yeah.
That was a
David
Russo.
Flair.
That was a Russo and Kurt Hennig thing. Remember when he took the axe to the logo?
Right.
That was a Russo Kurt Hennig thing.
But then didn't David Flair attack Hennig with just the axe handle?
Yes, because Russo told him to. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I'm guessing. And then, of course, finally, what will Nikita Koloff do and or say? All right, what you got, folks? What y'all want?
Okay, I think AJ versus Zbyszko will happen.
Okay.
I hope Norman Smiley's there.
Stop stealing my guesses!
I gotta get it in before you.
Damn it. If he gets it right before me, this is bullshit.
I don't know.
No Piper promo.
It's still in the mail.
It's either still in the mail or they did not like what he had to say.
Send another one.
Oh, God.
So all the titles are on the line, right?
Every one of them, yes.
So we got the X title.
All right.
He's going to defend it against Shark Boy.
What? Okay.
Because that's Sonny Siaki, right?
Yeah, Siaki versus Shark Boy.
Give him an easy one.
Okay.
I guess AMW and the Harris boys.
I'm going to do... no. I'm going to do AMW versus... Chris Daniels and Primetime. And I don't think there's any other titles. So the world title is going to be Jarrett versus... Who's the top guy in SAX? It's not going to be BJ James.
That's my guess.
Mike Sanders? No. Who's he going to be?
Jeff Jarrett versus BG James, baby.
Yeah, that's who you got? I
Ugh.
don't want to say him. I don't know who else
I
is
don't
in
want
the...
it to happen, but
I don't know who else is in the...
you got Mike Sanders, the Harris boys, BG, Triple X, Vince Russo, and the list.
It sure would be a real good time to reveal AJ as a part of that SCX group. And
But he's got Larry Zbyszko.
oh, that's right, he does. Oh, damn. I don't know. New
Double
man,
book him.
Nikita Koloff.
Yeah.
No, they already did he already fought Triple X.
All three of them, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because he never said it had to be 1-on-1, so
Hmm.
it could have been all three of them. Fuck it, I'm still saying it.
All three Triple
Yeah,
X.
Harris Brothers for the tag titles, SEX going for the title.
What? Harris Brothers. I thought you said Daniels and Skipper.
Yeah,
You gonna
but I'm
switch it
changing
around?
it because
Oh, okay.
I want Triple X to go in the main event. I want
Okay.
all three of them in the main event.
Okay.
Well, it doesn't have to be main event. It'll be the World Heavyweight Championship match.
All right. I honestly, once again,
And
you got more?
and Nikita Koloff will not have a Russian accent.
Hey guys, I'm here.
It's me, the Russian Nightmare.
I have completed the immigration. I am a fully Americanized citizen now.
Why is he Bruce?
I've been watching tapes of Muzzy.
All right. Given the past, I'm not sure if we're ever going to see Nikita Koloff again. Maybe he just won't show up, so I'm not really expecting any sort of an answer from him at all about anything. I am hoping that we see a bit more wrestling, and most importantly, I hope that Piper does not say anything that connects a TNA talent to a war crime. Cannot stress that enough. Really hope that doesn't happen again. But other than that, yeah, I have no guess for what the title matches are going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those don't happen. Like they find a way to loophole around that or something.
Piper will promote at least two things that he is doing or in.
Like soup and what?
What?
This book he's selling, and this energy bar with his face on it.
Oh my gosh. All right. So Delta, you said AJ and Zabisco happens. Norman Smiley's here. No Piper
Bastard.
promo. AMW versus the Harris Boys and Jarrett versus BG. Skylar, you said Siaki versus Shark Boy. AMW versus Harris Boys. Jarrett versus Triple X. Nikita Koloff loses accent. And Piper promotes products.
Yes.
Right.
You're right. And then I said we might not see Nikita Koloff ever again. Please don't war crime our people. And more wrestling. Excellent show. So if you enjoyed that, join us for the next one. Consider giving us a like or 5 stars on whatever platform it is you listen to us on. Subscribe to the YouTube. There's gonna be a new video one day, I swear.
Someday.
I swear it'll happen eventually. I'll get bored one night and really depressed, and I'll be like, "This is how I'm gonna spend my time instead of going to sleep because I have work tomorrow." And then the day after, I'll be like, "Why am I so tired?
Why did I do that?
It's work's fault. That's it. They overwork me. It's their fault. They should pay me more." Then I'll go
Well,
home
they should.
and smoke a bunch of weed and stay up until 2 a.m. again and be like,
Oh.
"Why am I so tired at 6 a.m. again? It's work's fault."
Stop telling them about my sleep cycle.
I know, it's awful. We have a Patreon. I don't use it. Don't give us money. It might not go to us.
It's going somewhere.
It's going somewhere, but it's not to me. Intro music is an edited version of Falling Off Your Love by Kill Paris, mixed with the TNA theme song for Brother Skylar and Jay Delta. I am Jimmy Time. Please remember that without the mistakes of others like that one, we'd be forced to endure the pain of failure ourselves. Support the arts. Zip it! The preceding recording is for entertainment purposes only, and the views expressed in this podcast do not necessarily represent the views of Why Would You Make This, its owners, employees, or associates.